And we are back once again with Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden. Last session, the Shardlin Dragon was brought down, finally, using a unique and bizarre strategy of firing a tabaxi out of a cannon and
I
enlarging
prefer
it at
the
the very
term
last second.
ingenious.
Ah, yes. Well, others don't understand the madness of this science, but for onlookers, it was a marvel. And seeing this tabaxi grapple and beat down the wing of this creature meant that it was unable to escape the wrath of these fine adventurers. It took a few good chops to the head, though, and eventually its core overloaded and exploded. A couple of 10 towns got caught in the blast, one of them being poor Spellix, the gnome that helped put all this together. It was his ingenuity that was lost in the battle. Still, it meant that 10 towns survived and another town was spared. After which, you gathered everyone up, had this big meeting in Brynshanda as to what to do about the thousands now left to potentially starve. You mentioned that Sunblight had a forge that could keep people warm. That sort of circumvents some of the heat issues. You still had East Haven, so those people could go back to their homes, but there's the food sources, and although you came up with a few solutions here and there, the overall reality is that at least two-thirds of Icewind Dale will probably start to starve in about a 10 day, and that's not good. There's just not much you can do, it seems, at this point. But um, Roki showed up, and they were unfortunately a bit distraught as to how many people were lost in the dragon attack. No, sorry, Sunblight's attack to begin with, and the first priority was shifted to rescuing those survivors. So you went back to the fortress, delved into the Underdark, and did actually find a good, at least half of the force was still alive, fighting off threats from the Underdark, including the Frost Giant and the Mammoth Norsu. And yeah, you managed to get them back up to the forge, and this is where you've been deciding your next plan of action. I think you spent one long rest here, and then we're still just gathering things from perhaps the Underdog. So yeah, I think we'll just take you to the map and see where we go from here. Oh yeah, and you forged a helmet for your ashes, and put them inside. So it's like an urn, but in the shape of a helmet. Villin
Yes.
showed up as well. And, oh yeah, you had to talk with Professor Scant. They mentioned the ancient lost cities of Netherese were originally brought down by some malevolent aberrations known as, um, did I say Nephirim? I think I did. I think I dropped that word. They are eaters of magic, and they made these null zones where this flying cities just dropped out of the sky and crashed into the ground. Of them was a city known as Yithrin, and it still lays buried beneath that ragged glacier. And at some point, the Nephirim disappeared. No one knows what fate befell them, but something did, and it wasn't ever recorded in the annals of history from the humankinds or elfkind. They were just, woof, gone. So
Uh,
that still
yeah.
remains a mystery. Yeah. Um. Oh, yeah, and Tracker made some sort of I don't know what you call it, date maybe to slay a dragon. Gromengorn said that she would be impressed with a trophy from an ancient white dragon does happen to be one out there, Aventurus, but whether it's the biggest priority or not right now, that's up to you guys. But I think you spent the day here so far. Yeah.
How does dragon
All right.
meat taste again?
Spicy. Well, it depends on the dragon's flavor. If it's
Must be
fire, it's
very
going to be
chill to
spicy.
eat it. Uh.
Yeah, like ice cream for a white one. Yeah. You got to turn it into, like, you got to whip it. Whipped meat.
uh. Nudge.
Mm.
It's too exotic for their tastes. Hunting a dragon right now is a waste. No one's gonna eat it.
Oh, that's right. I remember now. You took a long rest in Brinchanda, traveled here, and that was about good 8 hours of travel to get here, I think. Yeah, from Brinchanda, definitely. So it's actually kind of already coming to the evening anyway. So I'm going to assume that most of the party are going to want to stay in the nice, warm fortress for the next long rest, but
Yeah.
I think we
it's up
said
to you.
we'd do a long rest at the end of the session. I think we already agreed to that.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Because you said, oh, well, you've been out all day.
Yep.
Okay. Was there anything anyone wanted to do during that long rest?
Can I
Yep.
do...
On you go, Stevie.
No, I wanted to make a bad joke. Go ahead.
All right. Right.
I
So
wanted to say your mom.
yeah. So Roland is not going to do that. What Roland's going to do is fashion a little stand for his squire, or I know it's just an urn, but I'm not convinced Roland does.
Okay.
And it's just a little stand he's going to be putting together, but the whole way along he's doing it, he keeps talking to this helmet as if he is actually talking to Sirloin. Kind of muttered reprimands and rebukes about past behaviour, occasionally like as if it's arguing back with him, or he'll maybe occasionally apologise, but oh well, I only did that because you were never the best of squires anyway. And he's just muttering away kind of absent-mindedly the whole time he's fashioning this little stand for the urn. And I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. During the perhaps late evening to night, one of the dwarves, the Duragar from the fortress, named Kolbrak, sort of wanders into the forge where you're resting. Looks like he's dived into some of the mead here, perhaps, and just takes a swig. Perhaps takes notice of Willow and says, "Hey, fancy a drink?"
Oh, I suppose there's the time to drink. It's after finding everyone alive. Bottoms up.
Aye. Well, not everyone. And he kind of nods over in the direction where Bruvo and Nala have been. They've been covered up. They haven't been put to rest yet. Too much has been going on, but he says, "A drink for those who survived." He swigs. And then a drink for those we lost.
Go along with him. I'll say, well, this time yesterday, we didn't know that anyone was alive down here, and you didn't know if you were going to get out alive, so...
Aye. It was a grueling battle. Didn't want to fight my own kin. But Zardrok's madness was clearly infectious. Convinced an entire kingdom of Duragar that his ways were the right way.
Why did he do it?
The Shardlin whispers ambitious plans.
And he had a
It's-
lot of it.
Got to the point where he thought he was unstoppable. But even a dragon could be slain.
I mean, think about it. What would have happened if his army was still around after the dragon did that?
Aye. Well, indeed. He takes another swig. Best to drown the thought.
I'll take a bigger swig.
He notices you doing that. He says, all right. I see. I'm going to need another bottle, aren't we?
Got something for that. And I'll reach to my bag and pull out the drink that Roland gave me. This stuff is good.
Oh, you got the good stuff. I saw that being brought in. The criminal action of putting it in a vault. Never to see the light of day. Well, let's crack it open, shall we?
Yeah. Half each. Whoever's still standing wins.
You're on. And the night starts going away. I mean, let's roll constitutions here.
Oh, God. This is, say that.
DC 10.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, Jesus.
Expected.
Straight up for him. Oh no, yeah, right back into it seems.
Got
And
one day
Willow,
about drinking,
once
I become a
again,
lightweight.
that's it. What happened to your tolerance? Hello?
I nearly
Hello?
died.
Oh, he's. Let's say you don't just pass out on the first one, but you absolutely do get plastered on the first few drinks.
I forgot you're supposed
you
to
end up-
rest after nearly dying.
Yeah, you kind of like wobble around in the forge, nearly drop into like the what's it called, like the trough of molten metal, and they're like, whoa, and then there's probably like some mention of like take it outside or something. It's not safe, and then so you end up going outside, having a snowball fight, making a giant snowman that looks like a giant dick. What else? You probably end up
Sure.
rolling down
Sounds like a party.
the stairs of Sunblight. And
Yeah, I
by
can
the
roll down
morning,
these
the
stairs while
rest is a
hurting
blur.
myself. Watch this.
Yeah, you like grab a shield, and, like sled down the side, all kinds of drunken antics, and by the end of it, it's the night's a complete blur. The only one that staggers back inside is Colbreck, and by morning, no one knows where Willow is, and Colbreck's passed out, probably leaning over the back of a back of an anvil. And that's the state of things right now. So you've all had another long rest. You can get rid of any exhaustion. I think Roland, you had one, but
I
should be all back to 0.
I think I'd hit long rest before
Correct.
the end of last session.
0 good. Okay. Come morning, Faith is asking, has anyone seen Willow?
Who?
What do you mean who? You know who.
Oh yeah, the drunkard. I don't know.
Yes.
I did see him drinking his guts out with that Dorigar fellow. What's his name again?
Colbreck, I think. He's still
Yeah.
over there.
That guy.
He's completely unconscious.
Well, like, can you not just like do some of your cleric magic to get him up to
Oh.
speed?
That's a good point, actually.
I'll send Fang Podjok. Go and see if you can sniff the squire out. I think he's on helmet polishing duty this morning. Be quick about it.
Hmm. All right. I'll accompany you, Fangpaw. And Faith actually mounts Fangpaw jaw and casts locate object, I guess. What's a thing Willow carries all the time? The
We have
white
the wand
cloak.
now.
Alcohol.
Wand of web now.
Yeet.
A wand of
Yeet,
web.
his bow,
Yeah, another
yeet.
good idea.
Yeet. His bow, yeet.
Yeet. Yeah, there's a couple of choices, isn't there? All right
Yeah.
then. We'll say the bow that Willow always carries. And immediately Faith's look is of worry and concern.
I see.
Guys, the bow is not within 1,000 feet of me. In fact, I don't think it's even within. Let me just check. I don't even sense it within 5 miles of me.
12 miles, you see.
Ah.
Oh.
Don't tell me we've been bloody deserted again.
You're a terrible general, do you know
Mm.
that? You should really work on inspiring loyalty in your troops.
I think you make a very good point there. Yes, well, we'll start with you then, shall we? This isn't even a regulation haircut.
What are you talking about? I don't have hair.
And what kind of armor do you call this? It seems to be practically made of leather.
I don't
Wait,
wear
he has
armor. I'm a
armor?
wizard.
You don't even have any clothes on, soldier.
I'm clearly wearing pants. What are you talking about?
Fluffs his beard up and says, "Yes, I think that we're going to have some changes around here in the future."
Look, Roland, if you keep going down that road, no more talking to that helmet of yours.
Did you leave my helmet out of this?
She heads over to the last person who knew where he was. Faith says, this guy's completely intoxicated still. I'll just cast some lesser restoration. This
No,
is
no,
probably a
no.
lot easier. No?
We can have him clear his head outside. Refresh his memory
Oh,
with the snow.
Don't
And I'll
throw
pick
him
him
down
up.
the stairs.
okay.
He's an ally.
No, no, no.
You mind?
I'm just gonna bury his head in the snow.
Okay.
That
You
always
mind
helps.
picking him up for me?
I'll pick him up.
All right. You pick up the limp dwarf and firemen carry them outside. At which point you just plunge their head into the snow to sober them up.
I'm going just outside the fortress. There, at the
Mhm.
top of the stairs, there should be a. Is there a pile of snow in there?
Yeah, there's snow all the time.
Or
There's enough you could.
You mentioned the one of the dick statues.
Yeah,
I was
sure.
shoving him there.
Yeah, when you get out there, yeah, you see that when you get to the top, you're like face shaking your head, and then you slam Goldbreak into it. Oh, what the hell? It's freezing.
More
What are you
sleepyheads.
doing? Oh, sleepyhead. More like my painful head. God, hold on a minute. Ugh. And he pukes up all over the dick statue, probably melting part of it. Oh God. Yeah, look, orange snow. That's a new one.
Orange?
Faith, like,
That's
where's? Yeah. Well, that shite we were drinking last night was the spiciest stuff I've ever had.
Doesn't orange mean there is blood in it?
Only if they didn't eat much. If they ate orange shit, it's gonna be orange. Yeah, the guy you were
It
drinking
was
with.
probably like a red liquid that meat because it was spicy, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
he's Faith's like, yeah, come on, sober up. Don't want to have to waste magic. What? Why are you waking me up anyway? I thought everyone was safe.
Well, the guy you were drinking with, they're missing. Where's the last place
Oh,
you saw him?
Oh, well, we were out here and we were, oh yeah, we were having sled races down the stairs.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
he throws up a bit more.
What do you
Oh, but he points out. He points out towards the base of the stairs.
what do your tracker eyes tell you, tracker? Like basically, if he sees any trails or footprints or
Yeah, you definitely do. At the very base of the slide, where you can see they probably impacted multiple times, there seems to be a stumbling set of footprints that wander off in the easterly direction.
the east, huh?
Yeah.
Oh well, we
Mhm.
like how's the weather?
Good question.
It's fairly warm outside.
What is it now? Uh,
Never
I
mind.
can't actually remember the last time I rolled weather. I'll be perfectly honest. But it is no, it should be a. Ooh. Ooh, yeah. It looks like a
Ah.
blizzard rolled in overnight, but
Basically,
maybe.
I'm
I'm
just asking if we
gonna
have
roll
enough
again
time
because it has
to.
been a while since I've rolled.
Do we have a
Oh Jesus.
time to get our X peaks before the trails vanish?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it was like a blizzard throughout the night, and then in the morning, right about now, it's dense fog. It would have been a bit harder seeing the tracks, but going down there and seeing them is not an issue. But you definitely have time to get your axe peaks and set out.
Sweet.
Yeah. Okay then. In that case, you're gonna follow the trail.
Sure.
If there was a blizzard, I'm wondering if there actually is a trail.
Yeah,
But yeah. If there's a trail, we're gonna follow the trail.
there needs to be a trail because he pays £15 a week. Tracker, please don't be ridiculous.
Well,
He's lost
the
forever. He gets to
weather,
sit here listening for 2 weeks while you find him.
as I mentioned, the blizzard was during the night, so it seems as though this dense fog rolled in after he started moving.
Oh, that's
Okay,
how it
so
works. Okay,
back
cool.
to. I'll take you back to the map. So it looks like overall he traveled honkingly several miles and eventually started to turn into a more suitable animal for this trek.
He can
Possibly,
turn into a rat.
I mean,
Polar bear.
possibly.
I can still only do 1/4
Okay.
danger.
Polar bear
I
cub.
think it's grid level 4 for the next difficulty.
Okay. What would you say is suitable then? What would you have turned into with a faster pace?
Some kind of wolf, maybe? The wolves
Okay.
that equip
Yeah. So like,
quarter.
yep. So a wolf would have been speeding along through the tracks. You can still definitely tell it was willows. You can see the moment where they transformed. It was perhaps only a half a wild shape, with like their back feet still being boots, or maybe it's their
I think he
front
just
feet.
likes anything that
But they would
like
just still have.
looks dangerous. He's like, that looks dangerous. I should turn into that.
Yeah. Okay. And Snorp, we'll use Snorp's token as the party token. Okay. Heads on through the mountains. Like I say, several miles. Perhaps 10 miles. Give me a survival check from the group to try and catch. Is this more about navigating the rugged terrain efficiently?
Right. Oh. What about Snorp? Does he know survival? He does.
And I'll say to Faith, now remember when you're out here in the wilderness, you want to keep your eyes here and there and everywhere, behind you, before you, above you. Watch where you put your step. Don't make yourself too visible, blah blah, blah, as if he is giving her guidance.
Hmm.
So
Okay.
I'll cast that just to get that 5 up a wee bit. Seeing her stumble or whatever, slightly losing her way. Come on, Faith, this way.
It's just his tracks are so unpredictable. I should probably be looking ahead to see where he's gone, not every drunken footprint. Okay, yeah, roll that d4. Oh, or rather, even add it to yourself, really. Okay, though the tracks are drunk and all over the place, there seems to be a general direction, and it remains pretty much in a straight path going east. So it's like he's going somewhere intentionally. Doesn't normally a drunk person would be swaying all over the place unpredictably, but the path keeps on realigning itself
on.
towards the east. Yeah, for sure. And
On keeping on.
there's even at one point there's other animal tracks as well. They seem to be following Willow, or maybe Willow's chasing them. That's probably more likely the latter, where small game like rabbits or a goat have tried to flee, and they too are heading in this direction. And I'll say that perhaps when you get to... let's see. Depends how far you really want to go. Well, I'm going to say like half a day's travel up into the mountains. You look out. Everyone give me a perception check, and I should roll weather again, because this would be at least 7 hours into the journey. Oh, okay. Well, that's a clear sky.
No.
Okay.
Roll the familiar as well. Oh,
21
shivels
Steph,
at
nice.
me. It's Snorp. Oh, holy shit, we're the trio of perceptiveness.
Hmm. Well, Steph sees them first, and then shortly followed by the familiar and Snorp. Way off down in a valley, heading east still, is a wolf that has perhaps stopped for a quick rest, but you can still start to see them getting back up and moving on again. You're like up at the top of a mountain, looking down through the clear sky for once, and yeah, you can still see them heading east.
And Fang Podjaw lets out an enormous howl towards this other wolf.
Hmm. How do you react there, Willow? You hear that howl behind you.
I run away.
Okay. Oh no.
He might have drunkenly
The
turned
chase
into
is
a
on.
wolf, but he's actually scared of wolves.
Oh yeah, he is, right. Of course. Oh no.
Of course he is.
So
Put a spring in his step.
it's how echoes across the valley, and you see them picking up the pace. And I think a wolf goes pretty fast. Faith's like, how far are we gonna chase this wolf?
Until I get it.
All right. Long stride. Okay. Well,
Dash off.
I imagine you'd be on. Are you on all fours or something? Because I imagine the axe speaks faster, right? Or is it?
Longstrider is self only. That gives me
Adds 10.
X-Peak is 50 feet of movement.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm as fast as an X-Peak with Longstrider.
Okay. All right, so you will actually start to catch up then, as does most people on axe speaks as well. Willow, you'd get through some of the mountainous areas.
I can. It's touch, so I can cast on my X-Peak.
He can.
Oh, okay.
Then I'm
Hmm.
gonna dash with the next beak.
Quick
Got it.
game
All right,
master.
then,
quick
tracking.
English
Oh.
theme music.
I'll keep up as well. I'll go with tracker.
Mm-hmm.
Quicksand with Q up running in the 90s.
I'll tell you what you can do. You can both roll me Constitution saving throws, and there's a different con. Yeah, it's just 12. So Willow roll a d20 plus 1, and Tracker can roll a con save. And this is basically just to see long distance running. Oh yeah, it's your axe beak. Okay. Wow. Okay,
I
that's
just roll
pretty
as thunder.
even.
What? Who's
Yeah,
thunder
apparently.
and how have I rolled as them?
Actually, I think you
Yeah,
rolled a snort.
whatever.
I think Thunder rolled a thunder.
Did I roll a snort? Ah, that makes more sense.
Oh, you rolled a snorp. Yep.
I must have been clicked
Yeah.
on snort. Yeah.
That's all good. Okay, so you're gaining on him, but he's still also keeping some distance away as well, and so this chase keeps going on, and it even goes through what looks to be orc territory. Past you, you can see these small flagstones. They are like 3 stakes stuck in the ground, with the sharpened tips
Mm.
facing upwards. You'd recognize this tracker as the 3 Arrow tribe, and they are not usually friendly. In fact, I think you've run into them once before, but still, this doesn't look like it's their camp or anything. It just looks more like maybe it's their hunting grounds.
Oh, great. Even more of a reason to get this wolf down.
And it's perhaps just when you're catching up to them, something peculiar happens, and it's almost like a mirage-like effect, but Willow's form seems to shimmer in distance. And I need you to roll investigation, just tracker to begin with. The others are going to catch up in a minute.
I see
That's
nothing.
what I suspected. Yep. Yeah, that's about right.
Am I
Um,
not also with tracker? Did I not keep pace?
What's your speed and your axe? Oh, on Wolf. Is it the same?
Yeah, 60.
60 even.
Okay, yep, roll
Yeah.
an intelligence check, investigation as well.
Investigation.
Yeah.
Yes, I
The
shall.
tracker's just like, the snow is really shiny right now.
I'm not looking at the snow. I'm looking at the stupid wolf
It's-
that's running away.
You just haven't noticed at all.
And again, I'll add guidance onto that.
Hmm.
How would Roland give himself guidance? Would you
He
talk to
would
yourself?
no. He would say, "Well, what do you think, Sirloin? Anything afoot? Where should I cast my paladin eyes? What do your squire eyes see, Sirloin?" And
What I see is my foot up your ass.
and all it says in reply is, "I challenge you to mukbagaraga."
The helmet will remain
Right.
silent.
All right.
Mhm.
And either way, you imagine him saying it's a kick up the ass, and that's exactly what you need to keep chase, it seems. But the same thing happens to you as you're looking across. The wolf's form seems to almost shimmer into a mirage before disappearing entirely, along with their tracks. It's gone. And it seems to be this wide open valley crested on by mountains on every side except one, the sort of northeast there. But yeah, this is the last place you saw them. This big kind of bowl. And what would you do? What do you guys do at the front?
Raka, did you see that?
Must have been the wind. Something blocked my view and he disappeared.
I think he can be pretty stealthy when he wishes to be, but I've never seen him really be that good at anything. This is something entirely different, I think.
Hmm.
Well, I for one think we should press ahead. We can't wait on the others. He might be in danger.
You can get the others. I'll,
Hmm.
at the very least, follow where the footprints ended
Okay.
and see if I can find more.
Yeah, you
Very good. I'll
continue to.
inform the others where you're going.
Oh.
If we don't find, we'll soon make back here for a day or so from now.
We shouldn't stay too long in this region. This is orc hunting grounds.
Orcs, you say?
Hmm.
Uh, uh, well,
Even if they're
not
friendly,
be
they
hasty.
don't take too kindly for intruders in their hunting grounds.
Yes, I know all about that. I've got a couple of scars to prove it as well. You're wise to be wary of them, of course. I'll inform the others of that as well. Meet back here soon. Roland will head back to escort them this way to hopefully see where Tracker's got to by then.
Okay. So Tracker starts to get a closer look at this this massive clearing in the mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and the tracks sort of diminish until they fully disappear. And it was about that same pace, or that same area in which he just vanished as well.
Zephyr, can you see anything from up high? And I'm gonna focus more on the
Yeah.
ground.
Zephyr will fly up into the air and circle around. And they seem to be gently just catching the wind as they circle around. But they don't seem to alert or spot anything yet.
Can I do some sort of survival check?
This is not survival.
Hmm.
Everything about this doesn't add up. All your survival skills you're used to using seem to fall short here. It's not that they transformed into a flying creature, and it's definitely not that they found like a hole to dig into. So you kind of rule everything out in that regard. Yeah, there's something. It's obviously something more, perhaps magical afoot that belies your normal skills.
Okay.
How far am I away from them?
Was it? How long was Longstrider? Like an hour.
Yeah.
Longstrider is 1 hour. Yep.
Yeah, so you're an hour behind. It gives up. You'll get there eventually, but Joker's got a bit more time to figure something out.
So the tracks just disappeared, or rather, it just ended abruptly. There's no way he could have gone from there. Not up, not down. Are there any text, warning, glyphs?
Not that you can see. The terrain looks incredibly natural. Just a open bowl of snow. The mountains off in the distance seem pretty solid. In fact, you see maybe even Zephyr flying over and sort of taking a perch for a moment. They look around and start to head back to you.
Is it would there be less animals than I would expect in these mountains. It's far off civilization. I would expect some wildlife, right?
Yeah, okay. Well, actually, the tracks that Willow were chasing seem to end right back here. And looking down at them, seems to be quite a few that have led this direction. Mostly rabbits, sorry. You can see a goat or two, and there also appears to be a set of tracks that you would recognize as like a badger. Even they're present. And yeah, normally you haven't seen many badgers up to this point. In fact, it's the first mention of them in this campaign. They are not built for this sort of freezing cold temperate climate. That would strike you as a little odd, but there they are. Certainly badger tracks.
Badger tracks.
Hmm.
That is okay. Can I follow those?
Yeah, they sort
Because
of lead
they
around the same
shouldn't
direction.
be here, and if they're here, then that is weird.
Same again, sort of they sort of disappear in this area, and I think it's at this point I'll say that yeah, the rest catch up, Snort, Stef, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's like, shall I recast the spell? Maybe that'll help, or
Well, it seems to me that wasn't he a cat the last time we found him?
The first time he was a cat.
Great
yes.
Can your spell actually locate an object if he's wild-shaped?
Good point, actually. Never mind. Roland, you're kind of giving them the information that they just disappeared, and you can roll investigation checks as well. So I rolled 16 for faith.
Okay. I was wondering, I also, as part of my Eldritch Adept Back to the Tome thing, one of the rituals that I've got prepared is Detect Magic. So
I was about to say, while they are bickering, I'm casting Detect Magic.
it's only a 30-foot range, so it would be useful if both of us get that going. So I don't think there's any particular
Consume spell slot. I'll take
it just needs wood, yeah. So I'll do that, and that's a ritual, so it doesn't consume a spell slot.
Yeah, but it takes 10 minutes to cast this ritual.
Yeah.
Right, so I'll do that.
I got 10 more minutes then. Sure.
So, and
Looking
did you say
around.
it's an investigation? So with Detect Magic, would that have advantage or any bonuses, or?
It's a good question, because Detect Magic obviously will sense something magical if you can sort of see it. Good question. Give me a moment.
Parading around.
Roll
on
the
back of
investigations anyway, just real
mount.
quick, and
Right, okay.
What are my attributes?
I'll throw a guidance on top of that while I'm at it. Not that I think it's going to massively help.
You can give it to me. Close.
9.
Jeez, both of you sucking here.
You're gonna tell me my character's lost and say, "Oh well, roll a new one."
Your third character, go for the hat trick.
The reason why I'm a little stumped is because Detect Magic is not see invisibility, right? And there's a specific spell for seeing through invisible things, and Detect Magic doesn't do that. It just detects on things you can see.
Well, but
necessarily.
It also like alerts you to the presence of magic near you. So do we feel the magic in our hearts?
And then tells us the school of magic that it's from.
Yeah. There is certainly some illusion magic hard to pinpoint though.
Oh.
I
It's more
can't
like
pick
it's
it
more
up.
like you sense it all around you.
Is this like one of those tiny tent?
Okay.
Is this one of those bloody trickster spells where someone's got a little hut in their pocket? You know, I saw that once. Someone pulled a hut out of their ration pack, and it was like a tent, and we all spent the night in it. Have you ever heard of such a thing, Faith?
Sounds like something a traitor would do.
I think we've been in one before, yeah. But pinpointing that seems to be there'd be a much smaller location, but you say you're sensing it all around you. Tracker, would you got an idea?
If they mention that there must be some illusion magic around, can I close my eyes and you jump on the ground and use tremor sense to see if the ground if the environment looks different from sense than it does from eyes?
Illusion magic just visual?
No.
It's not
yeah.
material.
It can be tactile, it can be auditory, it can be olfactory. Illusions can be of all the senses.
So it depends what they chose to do.
Mhm.
Okay, makes sense to test it then.
There's some illusions that do all of it, like major image or something.
Why do you not want us
That
to
said, though, Tracker, yeah, you absolutely do feel as you slam down on the ground and feel like a tremor outwards. Whereas before you were feeling the crunch and soft snow beneath your feet, now you feel warm soil, which I don't think you've felt this entire campaign. But the ground is heat.
Hey, make it his entire life.
Yes.
True. Yeah, it's a very strange feeling. Like when you walk into someone's house with underfloor heating, and you're like, whoa, what the hell?
Whoa.
Like, it catches you off guard, right? And certainly there is actually others
away from the ground, like, ow, it's hot.
Yeah, for you it'd be scorching.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you can roll your perception because I think you get to roll how far that goes out to.
Let's see if I do this and roll.
Okay.
I believe that's 10 feet.
Okay. All right.
No, wait. Yeah, it's still 10 feet.
So you don't sense any immediate creatures around you or anything. Faith says sort of, what? Hot? And then I will mention Faith got pretty good on investigation overall, 16. She just start to say, can anyone smell that? It's like, it smells like a forest, not pines though. It smells more earthy and you can smell like leaves and... Oh, you're doing it again? Okay. Yeah, you can, because you can do it as many times as you want, right? And you set out your tremor sense to be, what is it this time? 50 feet or something?
Tremor sense. It is a perception roll. Rounded up to the nearest 5, so it should be 25.
25 feet. Okay.
Oh wait,
there are other...
I need to check. I believe it's by even me +5. Oh no, it's the nearest 5.
Can you point out?
Okay, well I can.
Sorry.
I can tell you that immediately you feel other two-legged beings nearby, and they're actually surrounding the party more than anything. And they are completely invisible to the naked eye here.
Are they not?
But they're not like they're not attacking. Tracker, you can sense that they are keeping their distance at about that distance, the 25-foot mark.
So, I have a question, Mr. Game Master. We clearly can sense a magical effect, right?
Yeah.
illusion magic. Yes.
Yeah. So help me out here with the wording of that. Dispel magic. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range 120 feet. Can I dispel magic?
I guess you can if you can target the effect.
I mean, we're
It
standing.
doesn't say you need to see it.
Right? Yeah, it just says the magical effect.
Yeah.
So
Okay
I
then.
will. Tracker says he's standing in the snow but feeling warm soil. I would assume that's part of the
Mhm.
magical effect. So
Mhm.
check
All right.
out.
You want to dispel magic?
Yeah, I'll dispel
It's a
magic.
third level
but
spell,
That level's
but
gotta be useful for once.
but it is under the level of the illusion. So I need you to roll your intelligence spellcasting. So
Um,
just intelligence.
Ability check,
Uh,
right?
Mm-hmm.
Just this once work.
Ooh.
16.
Hey, that's it. That's a success. Okay. As the illusion begins to peel back, as your own magic works to unravel it,
Yeah,
you
I'm just
start to
kind
see.
of electrocuting everything.
Oh, okay, right. You're like a small globe
Like
of
the Tesla
electricity.
coil.
Yes, that's what I was trying to imagine. Just little tendrils of electricity zapping back the illusion. Immediately, the snow around you melts away instantly. But it wasn't snow to begin with. You see, there is earth, soil. There's even leaves on the ground. Leaves that you've not seen in Icewind Dale. They look like oak tree leaves.
hmm.
And as the magic kind of begins to expand, it starts to reveal effectively a 150-foot cube of area. And next to you, standing, looking very surprised as, I mean, you probably lock eyes with them as the illusion warps away, is a druidic looking man. He's got a long beard. He's actually got more like sun-kissed skin,
But it's
and he's not wearing wintry clothes. He's wearing more like just casual kind of outdoorsy wear you'd expect during like a summertime.
but it's not like our good little Willow, right?
No, it's not. It's not him.
Mike gets drunk and wanders off, and you're like, good.
Let me grab his token here. Hold on.
Oh.
And on the other side of you, because it's 150 foot cube, yeah, you're gonna see another individual just like this. Let me grab him.
Do they look more like Roland or more like Willow?
There you go. These fellas here, they look elvish.
So like,
Mm-hmm.
do they look surprised? Do they look baffled? Like, what's going
Yeah.
on with those guys?
They look completely caught off guard, and they sort of back away a moment.
Now you
Skill.
had your theft,
Hmm.
humble. Reveal yourself. What did you do to our drunkard?
You're drunkard.
Yeah,
Hey,
there should be a wolf running around with boats, winter boats.
You mean Willow?
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, the drunk one.
He has returned. He is safe.
Was Willow an elf?
Didn't look like an elf.
He shakes his head and smiles. No, Willow is simply a curious soul. What is your business here?
Well, we were looking
He
for.
asks cautiously.
We were looking for Willow. He had a drinking contest with a dwarf, and then he kind of vanished. We were worried, I guess.
Then we will fetch him for you. and then perhaps you can be on your way. Yes?
Yeah, I feel like we gotta have a talk about this whole like lack of snow and leaf thing. You see, the snow is kind of troublesome, and you seem to not be so troubled by it, as I can see by your very immaculate trained packs.
One of them is also trying to like inspect the area around, and they're looking around confused, trying to like reactivate it, the illusion. But they say
that would work for a little while.
kind of scratches his head. I will fetch your friend. Wait here. And you see him swiftly transform into what looks to be like a large moose, and then gallops off into the distance. He vanishes beyond the 100. He vanishes beyond the 150-foot cube point, which you've dispelled. And it looks like you even hear the crunching of snow for a second before he disappears.
But it's not
Willow.
a moose we recognize, right?
No, it's not. You've never seen anything like it.
Well, we've seen
nonetheless,
a big awakened moose. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, but
Willow,
an awakened moose is something else.
Oh,
Sorry.
Meanwhile, Willow, you've had a nice warm bath this morning. You've sobered up for the most part. You've had a full meal. The druids here have gifted you an abundance of food, and when they arrive, they tell you that your friends are waiting for you outside. Do you care to follow them?
Oh, friends, yeah, let's go.
All right. Willow returns with the druid, and you have to clamber your way out of the roots and the strange underground little hovels that these druids live in. And I'll give you the full image in a minute when Willow perhaps convinces these guys. But for now, though, Willow, you've been enjoying all the creature comforts. Willow returns on the precipice of this illusion, and
Hey guys, it's the
and maybe for
druids.
one...
Look, and they're not blurry this time.
Wait, these were the guys at East Haven, or?
I think those were the druids he told us about when we met him.
Yeah, didn't he mention that the druids were at East Haven?
Yeah, something
he
like
was
that.
I thought I got drunk at East Haven, and then I ended up with the druids, and then these guys.
Yeah. You may have, in your slurred moment, said that it was a haven to the east, for all you know, because that's exactly where you are.
Well, okay, now we got
But as long as you're okay, Willow,
friend back.
we were
We
worried
don't mind
about you.
sleeping.
It's nowhere safer. You see these guys? What could be dangerous?
Hold on a second. Leaving? Like, if you ask me, those guys seem to have found the cure to winter.
Though I do remember a wolf
They look a bit
chasing me at
sheepish.
some point. That was dangerous.
Oh, that was us.
Oh. That's not good. How'd you get here?
We caught up to your... Followed you.
Following you, of course.
You're not very good at hiding your tracks from the guy
Without
called
help.
Tracker.
Yeah, but like, they tell me people can't see this place.
Well, let's just say there's a little magic afoot, and I'll blow through my fingers, and little sparks will fly.
Ah.
So, like, anybody wanna tell us what's going on here? Is this like a druid enclave? Hogwarts for druids?
Well, I suppose the game is up. It is as you say, a bastion from the cold that we have cultivated.
Oh, why do you?
Perhaps
What happens now that they know about it?
they look across to one another. Well, I would have to speak with the Archdruid for her guidance as to whether to invite you in or have you executed. No, that can't be. That doesn't make sense.
Oh, you.
We
I'm
are
sure
a
you
peaceful
love it.
people here.
Let's go talk to the Archdruid.
Then
Yes.
I do humbly request that you are something wrong.
Hmm?
We are, as I
No.
say, a peaceful paradise. There is no need for your weapons here. And for our own safety, we would request that you acquiesce them.
You could trust
Willow?
them.
I mean, sure.
No,
why not?
I'd say they could trust you. Yeah, but give up the weapons. Trust me. There's no
Yeah.
danger here.
I have more dangerous weapons than a sword, and I'll just hand him my sword.
But don't threaten them.
Well,
This place has been secret for decades. You were the first outsiders to have found us.
oh, by
Many,
the way,
many
did you
years.
recently see a dragon fly by?
Here? No.
Okay.
We heard of your plight, however. In fact, the Archdruid is having a meeting as we speak about whether to offer aid to your kind or not.
Here we go. So that
The
meeting.
10 towners, that is.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. All right. In that case, then they look at
Be respectful,
one of
guys.
the
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
one of the
not
druids-
being respectful, you twat.
So one of the druids looks to the other and they nod and they signal out with this kind of greenish staff to the others, which you can't quite see it yet, but when they do, you start to see the illusion drop away, and where you're sort of standing on the base of the mountain here, you look out and see a beautiful verdant horizon, sun-kissed stream of water that looks warm. You see a gigantic oak tree that has been dug into the side here. There you go. You can have a look, see for yourself. Welcome to Kuldahar, the great oak tree in the spine of the world.
Wait.
You smell fresh soil suddenly. You see birds fluttering in the branches of this ginormous oak tree, and you see little villages, and there's houses erected in the base, in the roots, and nestled in between everything, like in a giant tangled grove. There is a barricade on the exterior as well,
I will.
which they lead you towards.
As we're walking down, I'll pat Tracker on the shoulder and say, like, "Yeah, I guess Oral's not all powerful. This doesn't look like such a such a cold hellscape like the rest of the Dale."
This is godly interference. And our focus is on this region.
Oh, I love me some divine magic.
Indeed,
At the
we are
first
blessed by
sign-
Sylvanas.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead, Ren.
At the first sign of, if indeed that's a sight of the sun, at the first sign of that, Roland just drops to his knees, and even Wolf, Fang, Pawjaw, bows her head as well, and they just... He's muttering prayers and she's just breathing heavily.
Yeah. It is a clear sky after all, and certainly the sun pierces through the cloud tops. And there's this dappled light that shines through the leaves and branches, and you feel the waves of heat pulsing over your skin. In fact, after a few moments kneeling there, you actually feel a little bit hot in your armor and massive clothes, like winter clothes, that is.
Oh man. Well, I think this lubber overcoat is beginning to spoil a bit in the sunlight. Oh, perhaps we should leave it somewhere a bit out of the sun.
They, on the way down, they recount a story about, it's a story about a bet between the wind and the sun, and how they had a wager. The wind bet the sun that they could get the traveler to take off their coat, and the sun accepted. And the wind blew as hard as they could, but the traveler only gripped on tighter to their coat. And as fierce as they tried, it was met with equal fervor from the traveler. Eventually, the wind ran out of breath, but the sun simply smiled and warmed the traveler up to the point where they simply relented and took off their coat with no issue at all. Made it look easy.
Man, the sun's a fucking.
And when you finally
Asshole.
yes, the sun's a chat. When you arrive, there's a stable. There's a stable for your axe beaks. Yeah, sword, cheetah, whatever you want to call him. You stable your axe beaks. Even Fangpaw Jaw is greeted by, we'll say, like elven maidens who are happy to see to them, like give them a warm bath, scrub all the mud and dirt off of them, get rid of their matted fur.
I see you've
Fang...
well-trained squires here. She really likes to be scrubbed right round the back of the ears, and do me a favour, tighten the buckle on that armour. I think it's chafing her spine a little bit and needs perhaps a little bit of padding. And it'll be a
Don't call them squires. They don't like that.
There'll be a silver piece in it for each of you if you do a good job. There you go.
No. They're not someone's squire. They're doing what they do because it's best. They're not doing it to be under anyone.
Ah, Willow, my old friend, a young boy that you are, you have much to learn about courts and fine places as this.
Oh, these guys are different.
Just ruffles Willow's hair.
see-
Yes.
Fangpaw Jaw is a bit apprehensive. Like, I don't know about this, Roland. Never had so many hands on me at once.
That's all right. Should try not to eat anyone today.
All right. As soon as their soft touch and warm bath kind of meets them, they immediately acquiesce to the affection. Up on a ridge, you see a female druid appear with long antlers coming out of their head. And they sort of appear out of thin air, it seems. Before they were maybe just a small deer, and then they suddenly stand up and turn into their humanoid form. They bow graciously and say, "I am Keeper Thalantir. Welcome to Kuldahar. Your weapons will be stowed away in the equipment shop. If you would like to follow me."
Venture.
I'm happy to answer any of your questions about Kuldahar. It is a shock to most travelers when they first arrive. We did
Shock?
not get many.
Shock? That's a welcome surprise, if anything. I was freezing my claws off. It's the first sunlight I've felt
Indeed.
since I got to this godforsaken place. Or, well, not
What
really
do you mean
godforsaken.
forsaken?
God cursed.
You will find it is quite the opposite here. This is God blessed. Thanks
my.
to the
There's no
blessing.
shuttle in here, right?
No, of course
No.
not. And I'll grab my bag tightly.
Keep it in the bag.
Yeah, they ask for spell components and such as well. Knowing them being spellcasters themselves, they know exactly what
They can have my
staves
components,
and
out,
wands are
but they
capable of.
will not get naught.
Well, Girth is a equipment shop. You see it's cluttered with all manner of odds and ends. There's a dwarf here that's a bit eccentric, but knowledgeable about his wares. And he sells all kinds of adventuring gear. So anything you needed to stock up on, you could, but I think you're already full on anything anyway. But he puts it up behind on a shelf, and at that point, you see Keeper Thalantir seems to let a sigh of relief and say, "Thank you for being understanding. This place is a utopia. We are a peaceful conclave of druids. We have not needed to fend off any dangers for some time, thanks to the hallucinatory terrain spells that our druids maintain."
Oh yeah, I'm sorry about breaking one of them.
There's
I
no issue.
understand your caution. However, I do wish to get my axe back when we leave. It is of great sentimental value for me.
She bows and says, "I will have another druid post guard here." And
Does the spell affect wildlife as well? Or can they see it?
Wildlife? They are one of the few that we trust to come and go.
Oh,
Hence, how you found this place, Willow.
Oh,
I understand.
that's why the footprints disappeared. That was the boundary of illusion and real snow.
Indeed. You're correct. Small critters and animals are of the few that we do trust to come and go. They are blessed, and they are all of Sylvanus' children.
Oh. Sylvanas. You know, this is going to be out of game. Sylvanas is not a very positive name for me, and you know that, Sandrif, you dick.
Is there anything of note in this equipment shop?
Yeah, anything under 50 gold pieces in just general equipment, yes. So you can get all kinds of arrows.
Like nothing special for our rich blood.
She says, the dwarf says, if you want something
dwarf?
Powerful and magical. Yeah, there's a dwarf here. He's
okay.
Shield Dwarf says, you'll be wanting to talk to what's his name? Oric the Grey. He has a tower up just above me. He's been meaning to get rid of some of his magical wares for some time. But
magical wares? Okay, you guys, you can go deal with all this druids. Not really my 40. I'll go check.
We could check that out after. Don't go wandering around on your own. They get suspicious.
If you would like, I'm
show them they can trust
happy to
us.
give you a tour.
Yeah.
Would you like a tour of the place?
As we get to the magic shop, no rushing. I'm gonna need at least 48 hours.
Oh yeah, speaking of time, did you get the scroll of knock?
You didn't give it to me, but they took everything.
Then I would have given it to you when we were at the Sunblight Fortress last night.
Oh yeah, could I have inscribed Nox on it?
Yeah, you could have.
Sweet, I'm gonna import Nox and detract some gold.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna destroy the scroll.
Turns to dust.
Nox.
Okay.
Revive
So,
spells.
yeah, I think seeing as you're all kind of giddy and willing to like check out things, she's happy to give you a tour of the place, and she
What's
has
50
this
gold
very
for Oliver, right?
for knock. No, it's a second level.
It put it on first level for me. Revive
It
spells?
should be 50. No, it's a second level spell.
Oh, it's on second level now. Yes, okay, then it's 100 gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, 1, 4, 5.
Okay, so while you do that, she gives you a quick tour and shows you the refuge of warmth. Kuldahar and the great oak stand in perpetual summer in the face of the everlasting rime. It is a bastion of hope against the darkness. Sylvanus has kept this place safe under his watchful care. The oak is, in fact, very much the symbol of his domain. Others have come here and chose to never leave, waiting out the rime instead. We have a wizard, Auric the Grey. He keeps to himself for the most part.
We've not
We
heard
have a root cellar. The root cellar is where you can get a drink. She looks towards Willow and winks. It's a tavern, very cozy underground establishment. And yes, your friend Willow is a recent, a repeat customer.
a frequenter.
Yes.
That's the place for the
And she
normal
takes-
drinks, right? Where were the special drinks?
Mm-hmm. Special drinks. They would probably be in the Oswald's laboratory. And she gestures up to this
That
big,
place.
what is it called? It's a crashed airship in the northeast corner of Kuldahar, accessible through like winding paths. And they sell all kinds of potions, powders, alchemical ingredients with a heavy scent of herbs sort of wafting from that direction. And she gestures towards Sylvanus. There's a statue in front of you right here. It says, "This is our god. We customarily offer small prayers to the deity as we pass. It is said that once upon a time he planted an acorn here in the great earth, and from it grew an enormous oak tree, and it thrived under the watchful care of the druids who worshipped him, and it never ceased growing. The community ever expanded until you see what you have today."
Very impressive.
The House of the Bleeding Rose is a temple to Ilmater. It's a modest building, but it's well maintained, and the priests are equally kind and welcoming.
Do I have any
They will
knowledge
offer aid.
in matter?
Ilmater, yeah, you can roll a religion check.
Because I've heard the name before as a player, but like
Mm-hmm.
go with religion.
Yeah, you can roll.
For our freedom.
Fuck.
He is known as the Broken God in some areas. Maybe not as much as you think.
Yeah.
But he's something to do with suffering and sin. You know that much.
Oh,
But
perfect for you, Roland.
She can explain a little bit more. She's giving you a little tour anyway. But she says that he is sometimes known as the one who endures. He's the patron of the suffering, oppressed, and persecuted. He encourages them to endure and help others by taking their burdens or places. So he is the bearer of pain to spare others from it.
Maybe
Other than that,
when those words reach the vicinity of Roland, the helmet starts rattling a little bit.
hmm.
You have something to say, Squire?
No, the helmet is just rattling.
Yeah, but Roland's noticed that and he's saying something you'd like to say, Squire, and he taps it and he says, "I'll be back."
Stop turning me into Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
That's what it says.
I wish I was, but
He is able. He is able to make it say that through magical means. Nonetheless, yeah. Other than that, she says there is Conlan's smithy, which is a spacious workshop, and a skilled craftsman. And she's taken great pride in her work, building many of the small houses and settlements you see around you today. Other than that, there is the Great Oak itself, which tells the story in a more physical sense. It is a chamber where, deep in the earth, the very acorn that Sylvanus planted still lays in a protected altar. And that is where I get my name, the Keeper. It is my duty to protect it, maintain it. You can roll an insight check as she says that. There's yeah, Tracker, you sense there's a little bit of concern on her face as she kind of looks back at it, and she seems to put a great deal of responsibility on herself for that, and she looks a little troubled as she's saying it, and she sort of makes it a little bit more weighty in the way she's saying, like, it's the warmth, the safe haven here, it is dependent on that acorn. And yeah, you sense like there is this gravitas to it that seems to be weighing heavily on her. But she quickly pulls away from the conversation to say, "Oh, yes, the meeting. Isilor and Airless are in the council. They're probably awaiting my presence or awaiting a decision. I suppose the arrival of newcomers. You say you're from the 10 Towns, yes?
Yes, that's right.
Then it may be fitting that you yourselves have a voice in the matter.
Oh, well, yeah, we technically are from the 10 Towns now.
Then please follow me, if you will. They take you to a imposing stone structure with a peaked roof and large, sturdy doors guarded by two massive grizzly bears who let out a roar, but Keeper Thalantir says, "It's all right. They have been disarmed and are here to speak with the council. They are under my charge."
Back at the bears when they start roaring. You don't
they drop their wild shape. They drop their wild shape suddenly and look at you. with a more kind of weary eye, like, what's guy's
Mhm.
clearly one with nature. Where's it? It's like cave bears. Yeah, it's like the ones you saw in what they called
Baldur's Gates.
in Goodmead. I mean, yeah, in Baldur's Gate too. All right. Nonetheless,
wait.
when you enter,
Are these family of Yoko Bear?
exactly, Yogo Bear family. No, you realize very quickly these are clearly wild-shaped druids, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, Yogi bears.
Oh, I miss Yoko Bear.
Inside the main chamber is a circular and spacious area with high ceilings and polished wood floors. The table is round and surrounded by 7 chairs for council members. The walls are adorned with tapestries depicting scenes from the history of Kaldahar and large windows to provide ample light during the day. There's a raised platform at the back of the chamber serving as a podium for anyone addressing the council. And it is being run right now by this druid here. Her name is Isilor, the archdruid and leader of Kaldahar. And as you kind of quietly step into the room, you can already hear her addressing the council, saying things like, "We cannot afford to let those 10-towners in. They're the ones who have brought war and strife to Icewind Dale. You've seen what they're capable of. They're greedy and selfish."
And can I interrupt the conversation while it's going on? Mind that?
Yeah, I mean, you walk in, she's basically chastising you guys.
Well,
Mhm.
I would say they're also brave, not afraid of the cold. I'd say we're doing pretty well for the fact that the world's ending out there. Also, I would like to say it's quite the irony to speak of greed if you're not the ones who want to share.
They don't want to share because they want to keep it for themselves. They want to.
I want to hear the reaction
keep it.
tracker.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What did I say about respect, guys?
Any reaction to that, Simon?
She looks down and says, "This is not greed. This is Sylvanas choosing who are deserving of shelter and safety. We give prayers and offerings to him, and in turn, he protects us. It is clear that your gods have not done the same,
Well,
perhaps because you are deserving of this fate."
well, your god clearly let us in here, or we wouldn't be talking to you.
Keeper Thalantir looks behind and says, "They more stumbled upon this, perhaps
Well,
by accident, but..."
What is a stumble but not the hand of the gods at work? I would dare say this is destiny, my friends.
You see a Goliath in a leopard skin fur say, "Indeed, it could be fate that they are here."
Yes, that one's quite smart. You should take a hint from him, Tracker.
Huh?
What? But if your concern with the 10 towns is that you don't want them in because they are greedy, send an emissary.
She says, "Even if we would let them in, we do not have enough to spare. We are talking about the thousands. Our supplies would be They would be gobbled up. And you can roll an insight check on that as well.
To see
Sure,
if
there's a lot.
okay.
But a lot of bits can help.
Oh my god.
That's some stuff.
Oh wait, I rolled perception, not insight.
I had one good roll today, and now I'm getting punished like Jamie.
We got anything good, Tracker? No. Insights?
I rolled perception, but it's the same modifier, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my same modifier.
20. Okay, Tracker. Being one who's had to ration many times during famines and such, when the reindeer or the herd of caribous are thinning, you've had to ration. People have managed to get by, scavenging for other things. This looks like an absolute paradise on Earth, an abundance of game and of berries and farms. As well as Willow with a 15, you also absolutely know they have in these cellars and in these underground hovels, they've got massive food stores, like so many. Not to mention, druids are able to cast plant growth, and that sort of magic creates fertile soil continuously, and it basically doubling their harvest every time. So they actually do have more than enough.
Like,
you would know, yeah.
So I don't think that's the reason. Why don't you want to say the real reason?
She looks down and seems to hesitate a moment. Like, we don't know if we can trust 10 towns. Sylvanas wanted us to keep this place a secret. It was never meant to be open doors. Else, there are those who would take advantage of it. Those who would capitalize on the hospitality and
Is there not another way to share a little bit without letting them in?
Once they know of this abundance of food, they will seek it out.
I don't need to know.
You can't tell me that there aren't those who will try to pillage this place.
Oh, there have
make it a test. If they don't show greed, then there will be more. If they show greed, they don't have it. I don't know how to do that. You guys seem pretty wise.
You want a test? Send a smaller amount first, and if they don't take a bigger portion, send a bigger portion. What you deem to be fit.
I will let you know this. The 10 tons are hard people. They've rationed for years now. They would not have
There are bad among them.
They would not have survived without a sense of community. We've seen it ourselves. We've helped them survive. And tell me this: did your elf god not plant a tree to shelter all the children of the Dale?
They are also a desperate people. I'm sure there are those who would question where this abundance of food came from, and at worst, perhaps even force that answer out of you. Force them to lead you to this place. Once the secret is out, they will come in droves, demanding that we give over everything we have.
You've got to believe me, no one is forcing anything out of these guys.
What, you think those people can force an answer from me?
And then there are the marauding Reged tribe, who would probably stop at nothing to pillage this place if they knew of its location.
Well,
It's just a risk I'm not
Mm,
willing to take.
well, as a sign of cooperation, we can wipe out the tribe for you, if that makes you feel any better.
you don't need to wipe out the tribe, you just need to stop their
No.
leader. There's only one tribe who would dare to do this.
Oh, you mean the tiger lady that I have a bone left to pick with? Or you?
Oh, she is mine.
I want to step off onto the plate and just say to her as silly as I can. What if it was one of yours, your children, who was suffering and desperate? Is there anything you wouldn't offer? To every one of these people, they're the desperate family of someone.
We understand there is great strife and suffering, but the seasons change. We as druids know more than anyone. Life is but a cycle. Life and death, they are in balance. Perhaps this is what is best for all of Icewind Dale. And you can roll me a persuasion check anyway, Willow. And I'll say you can have advantage since everyone else has made great
When did it?
Don't need
points
it.
as well. Oh, good. Okay. You can see her trying to find reason, and it does feel like she's starting to grasp at straws now. And at this, you hear another druid speak up, and she looks very old, very wise. I haven't got any art for her at the moment. I'll find something in a second. But nonetheless, she says, Islor, maybe we adjourn this council for now. Think on what these folk have said. We do not need to make a decision right away. And she looks back and says, yes, Anger, you're very wise. I respect your counsel.
Wait,
We will
Anga?
think on what you have said. But please, for now, let us adjourn. We have much to think on. We would have to organize a great deal of things to accommodate that many people. It's no small ask, you understand. I would ask for your patience in this decision. She talks, directed that to you, Willow.
Yeah, of course. Not the end of the world today. Take my step down, taking the hint.
Okay. At this, you see the druid referred to as Anger gives you a slight nod of not just of respect, but it seems like gives you a nod as if like I've bought you some time and maybe even a bit of hope as well. But she is actually helped up by several other druids as well, and you can see that she is slowly being led out of the council room. But
Anga.
yes, you do recognize that name. She turns and says, yes.
May I have a word? There is someone who wanted to send you a message.
Of course. You know someone of... You know someone who knows me? Who?
We've met a sperm whale by the name of Angajuk, and they were worried about your
Oh,
well-being.
shit.
As
She
they haven't
smiles.
heard from you in some time.
You guys know a whale?
Angajuk.
Well, it's
Yeah,
a
we
long
do.
story.
They were
Cool.
very helpful.
She smiles
Wait,
and
introduce me.
says,
How rude.
We can introduce because now we need to return to tell we found her.
they're still alive. That is good to hear. I am hoping they are still living their best life out on the ocean.
Does that buy these guys trust? If your friend trusted them?
I knew there was something about you. You sounds like you've traveled far and wide, all the corners of Icewind Dale.
Well, Handkerchief carried us to the
Angajuk brought us to the Isle, the Elf Solstice.
solstice. Yeah. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
Here's a good piece of art for Anger. They are incredibly old, wise looking, well traveled. He
Raw.
says, I've awakened many animals of Icewind Dale in hopes that bringing a little bit of a bridge between people and nature,
Well,
perhaps
it's more
create an
like a
accord.
road, not really a bridge.
Of course. A channel, then. A channel in which... Yeah?
Sorry, I'll let her finish. I'll let her finish though.
There's a channel in which people can learn to live it in harmony with nature.
I ask a question about Isolor. She seems...
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to call you old, but she seems many, many times younger. Has she ever felt fear?
She
Real
laughs.
fear that had to be overcome before? Or has she lived in a land too peaceful?
Anger actually kind of chuckles and says, oh no, oh, quite the opposite, my dear. She is older than I. But
Really?
she is elf kind and is far more they're able to live far out our kind, our human
My
kind.
apologies.
No, it's understandable. The truth is, she is apprehensive because of what happened before. Perhaps this is a conversation said in private. She sort of gestures you away from like maybe the council halls. Where she sits you down on some wooden stumps inside a small like little tea house effectively, and says, it's not the first time travelers have accidentally stumbled upon this location, but we were more naive then to think that there was good intentions behind their eyes. They were at first thankful for the help that we offered them, a reprieve from the cold and wind, but soon after they got used to the comforts, when they had time to return back home, they gathered others. They wanted to bring them back such that they could share in the bountiful land. But they cared not for our traditions or for Sylvanas. They only cared about the supplies and shelter. It was evident that They were starting to take advantage of us. Before long, others started to find this location. One of the Reged tribe. I believe they were would have been the Reged tribe of the Ox.
The Ox.
Explains it then.
They
Mhm.
die out like a decade ago.
They did not die out.
Hmm.
There was a war. They ambushed the villages coming back and forth from Kaldahar. Took everything they had. Followed their tracks back here, where they uncovered the secret. At that point, they tried to pillage this place, take everything. As druids, we had to defend ourselves. I think they did not realize that they were far outmatched. Isilor is a powerful archdruid, capable of burying them beneath the ice. And so their bodies became fertilizer for the great tree. And a lesson learnt that day was to never trust the outsiders with such a sacred secret, lest desperation give way to violence. So please understand her position. She does not want a repeat of history.
Then no way to feed them without sharing the secret. Maybe keeping the secret to very few.
Secrets have a way of eventually finding their way out. Secrets slip between the cracks no matter what. Your arrival here is evidence of that. I suppose, really, the guidance I would give my my archdruid would be that this place would never stay secret forever. There would come a time when this would happen, whether sooner or later. Better
What
to
choice
do
would
it
you
in
make?
There's no doubt there is a risk involved, but I think you spoke wisely on the mention of putting herself in your shoes, and she gestures towards Steph and says as well that indeed there are more children than just the Ten Towners out there in the wild that Sylvanas would want to protect. The wildlife is
That's
suffering
me.
greatly from this rhyme.
That's me, Willow the Wise.
Well, otherwise, yeah. She smiles and says, many animals I got to speak with in those times I traveled. They were on the brink as well. And so it wouldn't just be bringing in the Ten Towners into this haven. It would mean sharing that secret with the rest of the wildlife, which Sylvanas wants to protect.
Well, I think the 10 towners are happy to rebuild and live in their 10 towns. They take great pride in being a hard people. Stupid as some of them might be.
Yeah, it's a
most
rolling
of
speed.
the bad ones that crossed our path, we've actually turned into quite a bit of fertilizers ourselves. Trekker over there is quite the gardener.
I immediately look embarrassed as Steph says this. Yes, make us look dangerous. That's going to go well.
Well,
I didn't say that in game.
It's better to have dangerous friends than weak ones.
So you're saying that you would vouch for the 10 Towners, and that if anyone were to step out of line, you would be willing to course correct them?
If
I'll
the
let
10
Roland
tower
have this
10
one.
towners betray your trust, then I will personally stop them
I think
and
Roland wants
condemn
to
them
say
to their
something.
doom.
She nods. Roland, yeah, what did you want to say?
As Stef has said, they are most hardy folk, and I think perhaps what they need more than food right now is a sign that this might not last forever. What you have here is far more powerful than a source of rations, but is in fact a symbol, a sign that one day their lives might not be like this, and in protecting your own resources, you deprive them of the single greatest gift that you could give them, which is hope and faith.
But we've got faith.
Shut up.
Hi, I'm Faith. She smiles. Yes, I have to agree.
My people have a saying. The hardest steel is forged between friends.
She nods. I've tried to make many friends over my travels. One of the few druids that actually tried to save the wildlife out there. It's not easy, though. They are desperate as well. And some seek vengeance on the 10 Towners.
We've maybe turned a couple of those into fertilizer as well. Didn't know they were your friends.
What's her name?
Did you meet a Plesiosaurus?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Seem to remember he enjoyed Roki's wine.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
what
yeah.
was her name
You got
again?
that guy. You got that guy drunk. They didn't have a name, but I think you might have named them.
Did we? No, I was thinking about the druids.
Well, Anger was the one who, I think, did that for the Plesiosaurus. Actually, no, it might have been Ravison.
Ravison, that's it. That's her name.
Yeah.
Wasn't
That's right.
Ravison the...
Ravison is the druid from Lonelywood that awakened the
He made
Moose and the
moose.
Plesiosaur, I believe.
Oh, Ravison. But we also have Everson, right? Or am I stupid?
There was Ravison,
that's
and there was
that's Magic
her
the Gathering.
twin sister, and then there was a third druid in the Dwarven Fortress. The one that got corrupted with the Charlatan. Those are the three druids we fought, or no, encountered. We've only killed one of them.
Yeah.
But that was a mercy kill.
Oh, right. Yeah, we killed one out of mercy. The mushroom druid. Did we ever find out the name? I mean, can we describe the situation to her?
The druids, the name was written in one of their journals, but I don't remember it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe somebody picked up the journal. I pick up a lot of shit. I mean, can we describe the situation to her? Mushrooms, spore druid, underground lab, does that ring a bell? Experimented with shovelings.
Sounds like you're describing Werner.
That name sounds familiar.
It does. Oh, why don't you just show her, what's your little shoveling friend there? Didn't you pick her up there?
Juniper? Wasn't Juniper awakened by Ravison?
I don't quite
Mm.
remember, but
Yes, he was.
we fought a bunch of shrublings underneath there as well.
Yeah, she says Verna was a frost druid, if I recall. She was attempting to use the Shardlin and see how it affected plant life. Sentient plant life, that is.
Didn't turn out too well for
And
her.
That is sad to hear. But at least you stopped her corruption. I fear what would have happened if she had continued to spread that. Speaking of corruption... Well, you seem trustworthy folk. There is something happening here in Kaldahar that has yet to be explained. Keeper Thalantir has taken note that the Heartstone Chamber has been growing colder. It is where the acorn that Sylvanas planted lays. Something is affecting the magic here. And it might also be the final reason why Isilor believes that it is a risk not worth taking. There is some truth to her words when she says that we haven't got enough supplies. What she really means is that if the magic fails here, they too may be living on what they have left.
So do you need someone to fight something?
We're great
Perhaps.
at finding things.
These guys could fight anything. Seen them
need
scare away
Keeper
creatures of
Thalantir.
pure terror. Fight dragons made of that Shardlin.
She whispers to a small little robin that begins to flutter away. And after a few minutes, Keeper Thalantir appears at the entrance to this small, little tea room. And she says, "Are you sure, Anger?" And she nods. Keeper Thalantir walks in, sits down, and says, "In that case, if Anger trusts you, then I will relay what she means."
I mean, if it's something that means you don't have to risk the lives of any of your people, we're happy volunteers.
There is a acorn called the Heartstone Gem. It is in a chamber deep beneath the earth. It's where the culmination of magic emanates from. Sylvanas' divine force gives the tree life and warms the soil. But as you can see, she gestures around and outside the window. Many leaves have begun to fall from the tree. This is a sign that either it is transitioning into autumn, perhaps. It's supposed to be a perpetual summer here, but the leaves are not the only sign. A cold wind, a vile atmosphere, even the animals seem to be shuddering every now and again. There are less birds in the trees, less animals nesting in our grove. It seems as though Kaldahar is losing its warmth, and it may not be the refuge that you seek for very long. I have yet to get to the bottom of it, and it weighs on me greatly, as it is supposed to be my responsibility to maintain it.
Trust me, if anyone can stumble into the right answers, it's these guys. They will do things that seem impossible. Why do you think I found them?
I will
You
gladly
found-
accept
you.
any help.
What do you mean you found found us? We found you.
We found you.
What? I knew about you guys before we met. What are you talking about? You didn't know
have-
about me. I knew about you. I found you.
Oh, come now, Willow. You didn't know about us. You've been on the lookout for some bunch of adventurers called Fortune's Fools, and I don't know how many times I have to tell you that's not us. But we're very glad you found us and happy to have you along. You've proven quite useful on occasion. I mean, look where you've led us to just now.
Yeah, if you had encountered the
Yeah,
Icewind
that was
Wanderers, you would have
intentional.
followed them and said that you were looking for them.
I'm real. I didn't mean to end up here. I just smelled something really nice, and I was drunk.
Faith says, well, I found all of you first. So there.
No, we found you twice.
Yeah.
Snorp says,
Or rather, I
it
did.
doesn't matter who found who. What's
oh,
wrong with your stupid tree?
Has
Speaking
anyone found my
of-
horse yet? I don't believe we've actually ever. Almost a year ago to the day, I wandered up to you looking for my horse, and not one of you have seen it yet.
Yes, we found it. It was not a horse. It's a goddamn wolf, Roland.
Oh yes,
Trust
that's
me,
right.
they're better than they look.
Hmm.
Speaking of the acorn, you have absolutely no idea what might have caused this.
I have yet to figure that out. It has only recently happened, and it has been a steady and slow decay, one that I did not notice until recently.
How about this? I'll make you a bet. If it's something that tries to kill all of us, you owe us a round of drinks.
Of course, you're more than welcome here. You can have all the drinks you wish. Warm
I
baths
didn't know they were allowed
await
as well.
you. If there's anything you can do to help, I will put in my vote and try to sway the council that Ten Towns deserves a bastion of hope. Maybe she may even just be swayed by the actions. If you are able to save Kaldahar, I may not need to persuade them at all.
Sounds great. Lead us to where we start. Fortune's Fools.
Roland says,
I-
Hey, if we're gonna help, does that mean we can keep our weapons in here?
Oh,
If
it
we
might need
identify
those.
a danger within Kaldahar, then yes, we'll gather your weapons. But let me show you to the Heartstone Chamber first.
Roland would say, Madam, you stand host to the only place in this whole land that can see the sunshine. I don't believe that I've been led here by mistake, but guided by a divine hand. If you would permit me to climb to the highest point of your tree, I wish to spend our remaining time here in prayer, seeking guidance and some sort of word from my lord Lathander.
Of course. Would you like a lift?
Well, I would also like to take my companion Wolf. She's surprisingly good at helping me concentrate, and the mind does tend to wander when set to the work of prayer, does it not? I mean, you probably find that yourself. I know, certainly, when I was a page boy working for my first knight, and they set me to the work of prayer. You have no idea how...
A giant eagle swoops down and grabs you and lifts you up. As well as Fangford Jaw are like lifted with two eagles. And they are giant. They just start flapping.
Continues just prattling on, and then before you know it, I was there, waking up the next morning, and he sets about work.
Off he goes.
He kind of lays out four items, 4 items. He has
my.
his prayer book, his orc stone, the summer star, and sirloins, ashes, which occasionally says things like, "I challenge you to Mukbakaraka," during the prayers. But that's kind of what he'll do for some time.
All right. The rest of you then are led towards the big underground entrance.
Mm-hmm.
The massive stone steps lead up to a stone door, which is promptly opened through some sort of druidic incantation. And as they rumble apart, you're able to step down into the underneath the roots. Let's see here. I'm on the wrong PDF. Okay. Yes. Council chambers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah. So, and inside there is a small shrine to Sylvanas built into the roots of the tree. The area is completely peaceful and quiet. And you feel a sense of calm and serenity as you enter into the chamber. From the shrine, a guarded pathway leads deeper into the heart of the great oak, where the Heartstone gem is held, and Keeper Thalantir tends to it. You see there is a hint of sadness to her eyes as she looks upon it. And yeah, it's looking something like this. It's sort of a gemstone acorn pulsating this green like aura. And you can start to see maybe there's just a slight diminishing hue to the green, like it's slightly faded. It's not as rich as what it's trying to emanate before. And she says, This is the great Heartstone gem. This was the acorn Sylvanas himself planted here. I'm not sure why, but it seems as though it's getting weaker. You're welcome to look around.
Can I? Wait, I'm still on the great. Oh wait, there's the acorn. So just walk up here.
Yeah, something like here.
Can I do like an Arcana check or something on it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can have an
Grasp
Arcana
some
check.
insight from it. Come on, that's 20. Enough.
Yeah, there definitely feels to be. Well, you can see that almost pulsing green. It flickers every now and again, and you see its color slightly fading every now and again, signifying there is definitely something almost counteracting the magic or choking it out.
Would I be able to, from that check, to like push further, discern what could be draining the magic, you know?
Well, a god of nature, and with this summary like enchantment, the only enchantment that would be opposite to that would be something that
God of Winter?
brings either. Yes.
I see. I have not used this yet, right? I don't want to do anything to the oak, but I still have like one of Aurel's charms, blessings, right? Can I just pull that out and see if it maybe grows stronger or something grows weaker? Just to confirm.
Yeah, sorry, what is it you have on you? A
Blessing of the Frostmaiden or whatever it's called. It's like it's under my
Oh.
feet. but it's like a magic item that we got, right, for doing the tests.
Right.
I've never used
That
that
was
yet.
from
so-
the. Yeah, I think actually that's from a Chewinga.
Is that from
Yeah.
a Chewinga? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then never mind.
Yeah. But it is still kind of a cold like magic. It's the one that gives you extra cold damage on all your attacks, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I forget how it was given to you. I think it was like a frost covered berry of some sort that you have to like swallow, and then that's what gives you that enchantment.
So,
So you,
I do
I
have
don't
a
see it on your
question.
sheet, by the way. What's it
Yeah.
called?
I don't know. I think it used to be under the features, but maybe we fucked it up when I remade the character.
Is it the charm of
Oh,
Biting
there, you're
Cold?
right. It's Charm of Biting Cold. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. It's on
Yeah.
features. I was looking in inventory.
Oh.
Yeah, it's it has 3 charges, and you gave 1 to each person. So
Okay.
it was bestowed by a Chewinga. So we'll say
Okay.
that it's this frost-covered berry. You can pull it out if you want and see if it
No,
reacts.
that's all good. That's all. So, frost straining from it, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
goddamn wish Roland was here right now with his goddamn pocket son, the old fool.
Hmm.
Oh, I mean, the summer star is another divine object.
Yeah.
If you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm thinking for a second. Oh,
Okay. Well,
actually,
what if you want?
Faith, mind coming up here a little bit?
Yes.
Didn't Faith
Yeah. Sure.
didn't Faith steal the book for the Frostmaiden, or did we give that back?
We
No,
had to give it
you
back.
did.
God damn it.
Also, Tracker stole it.
Yeah, I don't know.
You did manage to copy the page. You copied the rhyme of the Frostmaiden stuff.
Okay, yeah, I was more looking through it if there was anything mentioning this, maybe rivalry with Sylvanas or whatever.
Sylvanas never is mentioned in the codicil.
Yeah. So
Unless there's a page I haven't read.
well, how to deal with so Auril is obviously wants to like she doesn't like this place because this place has a sun. And the thing is growing weaker. However, we also know that she likes to act through frost druids, and the frost druids know that this place is here.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, Zay, you want to ask something?
Yeah, what is the relationship between Auril and Sylvanas? Because Auril is a deity, one of the Furies.
Gods of Fury, yeah.
Gods of Fury. And I know a bit of Malar and Talona being active enemies
Yeah.
of Sylvanas.
Mm-hmm.
But Talona
So
isn't one of the
more
Furies.
right. So more so than ever, Sylvanas represents wild nature and a guardian of the forest. So this would be a totally different domain, although they are both kind of naturey in essence. You've got one of like the winter, one more to do with trees and nature. Certainly, Sylvanas would not like a static kind of, I don't know, break in the cycle of nature. But he's more of a protector of the animals and the forests. And if animals are in a desperate strain and they've been dying just as much as civilization, that balance needs to be protected and maintained. So they would probably be wrathful towards Oral, since she threatens this balance.
But wait,
Are you spraying a cat in the background?
Oh, it's Graham. He's working on Warhammer miniatures.
Not
Bastard.
guilty. Don't know what
Not
that noise
guilty?
is.
but wait, if Sylvanas is from his thing is nature and the changing of seasons, isn't he also breaking his own tenets by keeping this eternal summer?
Yes, one could say that, but it's also a direct counterbalance, isn't it? To try and protect this place, it's issuing out heat and so it's like summer is like butting heads with winter. That in essence is maintaining a balance.
Mm-hmm.
But if it went to winter and this tree shed its leaves, you doubt very much that it would probably be able to like recover from that. But still, it's a good point to raise. Certainly, maybe you can tie it into the whole idea of change, in that being letting people in. But nonetheless, yeah. In answer to your question, Sylvanas is definitely going to be in direct conflict with Oral in this regard
That is
due
complicated.
to the balance.
I was going to
While
make a
you're-
point that from Oral's perspective, we can help preserve this place by helping them. But that's against Sylvanas's philosophy. So that's going to be interesting. Okay, I got an answer.
Okay. Whilst you guys think and ponder on that, should we jump to Roland?
Let's jump to Roland.
You're up in the tops of the copse, the canopy, as they call it. You've got a brilliant view of the sun from here, and it shines down, reflecting off of your rusty helmet and shiny head. You've got a quiet moment of contemplation in the presence of God.
A god.
So it's the first time he's seen the sun since he got to these lands, and I think at first it's just wordless. He's kind of looking at his prayer book. He is just staring at this sun like a child that's not seen its parent in a year because they've been off at war or something. There's just this longing. There's loads of tears. Fang Pojo just sits. I think she's seeing something else in this sun. This more about her tribe, these sun worshipping orcs. She's kind of longing for her former rider, Roland's chief friend, and the two of them just sit quietly together. And he reads out some of the recitations and liturgies and doxologies from his prayer book. And I think at one point he puts the book down and he looks to the sun and he says, from such a young age, you walked with me through the cathedrals of the Morning Lord and taught me your ways through this book and through the rules and dogmas. I was your sword and your voice. I was there to comfort the weak and defend those who couldn't defend themselves. But I perhaps lost my way, or we all lost our way. Your church has lost its way. And then we lost you as well. Behind this wintry curtain, this darkened sky. And I killed one of your servants, and they killed many of your children, the tribe you had me protect and swore to be with me. So here at the top of this tree, again I ask you to guide me through my own confusion. Though I cannot trust my own mind, I can still trust yours, can't I? And he places the book back into his bag.
Jump!
Test of fate. And then he spreads his radiant wings that he does not have. And Graham rolls a new
Eagles will
character.
catch you. No, the eagles are watching you carefully.
The eagles.
I'm worried that you'll just fall asleep.
The Eagles save everyone at the end, just like all the good films.
Sorry, I didn't want to ruin your summer moment, but I was like, oh my god. He would say that, wouldn't he?
Well, there is that twinkling ray that shines down, pulsing that heat. You feel its warmth through you, just radiating into your armor, reaching your very heart. It's like before you is all as you kind of like share the core of your beliefs and the trials that you've had to face without their guidance, without the light shining down. There is a moment of peace. This very presence represents hope, not just for yourself, but of the thousands of people that are awaiting some sort of salvation. And it was here all along, waiting to be found. You just had to believe that there was a way. And I think that's perhaps the takeaway in this, is that even when there feels like there is absolutely no option, somehow your God will provide. You need only put your trust in them. Having faith.
And he
Yeah,
turns
go
to
on.
Fang Pojo and says, "You see, old girl, the sun still rises even when we can't see it, isn't it?" And he looks to the eagles and says, "Well, I guess you can always see it though, don't you? Because you just fly above the clouds, but that's kind of not the point here, is it?"
I kind of squawk in affirmation. But yeah, that's a good sentiment. It's like, yeah, even though you can't see it, and in this land it feels like there is no sun, elsewhere, somewhere, it is rising. It is giving hope. It's only because the rhyme, the curse, the aurora that is spun each night is hiding it from view, obscuring that hope. And freezing the faith of those who follow the sun.
And so his prayer, I think, becomes more resolute, and he says, though I may not see through this veil, I will continue to know that you're there. If I doubt what the church has taught me, if I doubt my own mind, I will not doubt you anymore. With your blessing, I shall now return beneath the clouds to be with the 10 towners once again and inspire them with hope that you will continue to rise and one day they will see you again.
Roll me a perception check, Roland, as well. As you say, become more resolute. Not bad. It's not only this area that seems to be blessed with sunlight, but on this day, on a clear sky, 21, you see the rays carve out a path, sort of parting some of the cloud cover in the distance. And there's another opening somewhere way off to the northeast where you see these rays pouring down somewhere beyond the wilderness, way out on the Reged Glacier. There seems to be a beam of light sort of pointing you in this direction.
I should probably write this down, but in fact, Fang Pojo, remember what we've seen here, because it's highly likely that I'll forget by the time we get to the bottom of this tree. This feels like something I should tell the others.
And I kind of strain to see. Looks like it's way off on the glacier. I mean, we're pretty high up, but I can't see that far. It's more of a general direction, I'd say.
I remember somebody picking up a telescope.
Sure. Even with a telescope, I will say that it's definitely seemingly just a heading and not necessarily a pinpoint. You know, when sort of clouds separate, and it's just like this beam that comes down, highlights a whole section of the land. It's almost as if God is pleased with this land. Well, in this case, it's more like a guiding light. It's trying to shine down,
So it's like
and
the
maybe
pot
even
of gold at the end of the rainbow.
right. And maybe even a sign that it's trying to like melt the ice, perhaps, but very quickly that little opening of light is sealed shut. And I think it's actually quite late in the day as well. Even a darkness. I imagine, like, even as you're sitting down here, kneeling, it does start to get colder. A breeze starts catching your head, waves your beard, and you feel the light slowly fading away as though it's being pulled down past the horizon. Night is descending, but in that last moment, perhaps its last ounce of power, it tried to show you the way before it is succumbed to the rime. But nonetheless, for now, we'll go back to the Heartstone tree.
From
Just
down
last-
below,
Willow.
Sorry,
from
just
down
one,
below, you
Sorry,
will
go on.
hear an echoing voice.
No,
Run!
just he's going to make a little entry in his journal notes to remind him of that experience, which will say, "The sun never sets in the hearts of the faithful."
beautiful. All right.
From down below, you'll hear a voice echoing. Roland! Roland!
Jump! Jump!
We need your something!
I'm coming. You know, riding on these eagles reminds me of that time I was in the Air Force for. I can't even remember the name of the town. Well, anyway, there we were. As you can imagine, we were surrounded by wyverns. I was leading the charge.
Nobody's there to interrupt you.
Damn
You're
it.
just gonna talk to this bird. Poor thing.
I
The
can go with
Eagles
this for
descend.
hours.
There you go. Eagles drop you off, and then one of the eagles turns back into a druid, and there's like, oh my god, that guy never shuts up.
Do we offer the druids have a retirement home?
This is their retirement.
No,
home.
but they need one. We obviously need one. All right. Before before Sir Roland gets back, did you want to try anything, Willow, in this chamber? Or any ideas? Because I know we touched on the other two, but
I guess just trying to see if there's like a feeling in the room, magical
yeah,
or not.
roll perception.
I don't know.
Yep. That's all
There
good.
is one thing I want to try.
Fuck it out.
Jesus Christ!
Let's do the nat 20s. Jeez, that's the second one Willow's got. All right. Willow, there absolutely is a feeling in the room. It's a bit of a draft. And you look behind you. Okay, sure, the doors are open. But you just get this hunch to maybe try closing them and seeing if that is an external draft or something else in the room. And it's easy enough to do. You just slide the stone door shut, and it seals pretty well with the earth. And yet, when you come back into the chamber, there does still feel like a slight breeze coming from somewhere. when you got like a vent in a room and just providing like fresh air? Maybe it's that. It's so that anyone in the Heartstone chamber doesn't just suffocate down here. But
Can
you
I
can sense
find
the
where it's coming
direction of
from,
where
or
it's
do I
coming.
need to put some more effort?
Yep. No, not 20. You absolutely find there is
Okay.
a small hole in the earth. It's not head height. It's just a bit higher than that. It's like you'd have to kind of like go on your tiptoes, but you do spot a sort of circular-ish hole in the soil, a tiny tunnel. And with your dark vision, you can see about 5 feet in before it curves upwards. Think like a periscope shape. It's kind of like that.
Guys, there's a hole. Should I climb in the hole?
It's
I think it's even too small
What?
for Chibbles, right?
Chibbles is tiny, so they would be able to fit in. So would Juniper. Oh wait,
Oh, we can set
Juniper's
Chibbles
small,
then.
apparently.
If Chibbles will there.
Okay. Minerva, they're tiny too. Sorry, not fucking Minerva.
Minerva?
Zephyr.
Something tiny.
Zephyr is tiny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
Zephyr
Zephyr
and
doesn't
Chibbles are
respawn, so
tiny.
I don't want to send Zephyr.
Yeah, but can you not just
Ah.
shift yourself into like a
I-
spider or something?
It's true.
Yeah, but I'd
You can
say
as well.
it would save a wild shape, so I'd be like, hey, Stef. Can Chibbles see anything down that hole? It like curves.
I'll send Chibbles down.
I've already used one wild
Climbs in,
shape
looking-
on the adventure.
Okay. Yeah, Chibbles looks back a little bit nervous for a moment, but he's
Don't
given the
worry,
absolute
you'll be
order.
fine. Chibbles, I'll allow you to return if you sense any danger.
They get their hands and like rub the tops of their arms as if to like warm themselves up as they shuffle into the tunnel and they scramble in. And yeah, you can see as they're doing so, there is a little bit of soil that comes out of the hole. Like something has dug their way in, and there's maybe a bit of dirt on the ground, which this dirt piles up on top of. Chibbles gets through some way into the tunnel, and you can hear them concerningly going, "Ooh, ooh."
I thought Stef could see through Chibbles' eyes.
I can.
Oh yeah,
Is
So what
Chibbles
you
saying
see
it's
is-
haunted? Is that what's
Yeah.
going on?
maybe. Yeah, that's it. It does seem like he's seen something a bit weird and ghostly, and as you concentrate on seeing through their eyes, you spot strange, ghostly white mushrooms growing in the tunnel, and from them, there's this spreading frost, this rime that spreads all the way up the tunnel and forms into patterns of snowflakes.
Wow.
Six pointed snowflakes.
Well, I will gesture Palantir over here, onto me. Plants aren't exactly my strong suit, but with my little familiar's help down there, I can see frost mushrooms with like snowflakes growing from them. You wouldn't know anything about that.
What? That's not usual. Show me, please. And she looks completely concerned, like, what? And she sees the hole. There shouldn't be a hole here. And she's almost tempted to wild shape herself.
Well, how about you and our friend Will over here go in and investigate? I can be eyes and ears, but not much more.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, let's go down, and then I'm sure we can find another way they can join us.
Or if you prefer the pest cleaning method, I'll like let some lightning sizzle between my fingers. Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe less violent option. As I become a spider.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it only the opening that's small, or is it the entire tunnel?
Well, the whole tunnel is tiny, yeah. And Chibbles can see that it keeps going up and up, and eventually leads out of the tree, some little hole nestled in the boughs of the roots. We'll say around about here, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Thalantir and Willow, you're able to slink in. You can give me a nature check as you lay eyes on these strange mushrooms as well.
Termites.
Yes, Draken?
Oh no, that's what.
Termites.
Yeah, termites.
Did I
Okay.
taste them? They look tasty.
Taste them.
Can I nibble on them?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Take
Wait, does she
3
let
points
me?
I mean,
she's not opposed to it. She's like, these aren't poisonous. However, they do let. And then as soon as you eat one, you feel your tongue suddenly seize up with the cold, and it almost goes blackened from instant frostbite. But you take 3 points of cold
Ouch.
damage as it just
Nice.
only touching the tip of your tongue. If you'd ate the whole thing, you would have been really suffering. But
he's a spider. He doesn't have a tongue.
Can you bring one
oh
over?
well, mandibles then.
Mandibles.
Man,
Trex.
Sorry to be a
She looks
stickler,
down at
but-
them. She will attempt to harvest them as well. What's she got?
I guess Chibbles can give her the help action, so she has advantage.
Yeah, sure.
Who would be growing cold mushrooms here? Weird.
Probably an ice goddess.
She comes back out, and from her spider form, she transforms into a human again, or an elf. She says, "This is, I believe, Glacialum cap. It's a bioluminescent mushroom that usually thrive in icy caverns. Its frosty cap kind of gives off this freezing cold magic. Very eerie mushroom indeed. Why it's here, I cannot say. It's almost as if someone planted the spores, but
Say, Tracker, might you be able to discern what kind of animal dug this hole?
So someone's trying to poison this place with cold magic? Does that
Seems
make
like
sense?
It does make sense.
Seems like my hunch with the frost druids wasn't so far off.
Go fight them.
indeed,
Where are they?
I spotted the same patterns as Oral's symbol. 6-pointed snowflakes adorned that entire tunnel.
It might be the work of a frost druid, but it's not the work of Oral. I don't see why she would target this place. If anything, this is actually helping preserving part of the nature.
Well, I think we should try to find out what kind of animal dug the hole,
Yeah.
and maybe ask around if they know of any druid that has a habit of transforming into that animal.
It's a badger.
I thought Roki was the badger.
No.
Mm.
No, Roki was.
Who would Roki be the badger?
But
What?
would you?
No.
So okay. So you form that
He's
connection.
just-
You just know you're the best fucking animal guy there ever was. Are you gonna tell them that
You'll
you
be-
think this was a badger?
No, I'm joking because I found badger tracks outside,
Yeah.
but they
But
don't.
I'm more
live in
asking. We should probably find out what kind of animal dug that hole,
Yeah.
and then
Can I
detective-
make a nature check for that?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Would I have seen any
50.
badgers on my way here?
Yeah, you did actually. There was a badger, Willow. You were sort
might
of
be able to
playfully
find its
chasing one
scent.
around. Ooh, okay. Sure.
Good idea.
It absolutely looks with a 15. It absolutely looks like the small tunnel was made by a burrowing creature. Yes, likely a badger. Could also be
it
a
might have
mole.
been a badger. I
Yeah,
thought that
like,
was too big for this.
Badgers? No, you can get tiny badgers, but a mole or some sort of burrowing creature would have been responsible. When you're looking, though, in addition to that, the one thing that would have been able to give it away is some sort of droppings, but there are no droppings. No signs of a natural
Yeah.
living
Yeah.
animal.
I had a pretty good first guess, I think.
It wasn't even a guess, it was just a rambling, amusing.
So we're gonna go find that badger?
No, I mean, we're not looking for a badger, Roki. We're looking
for a druid that
for a druid.
did
I
this.
thought we were saying the badger was the druid.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
That is
they
exactly-
can't be a badger for indefinite time.
I might be able to find them
Well,
if I was chasing them around.
Well, wouldn't
I
it
don't know how
be-
well I remember it.
Before we go off chasing anybody, wouldn't it be smart to ask the druids about the other druids?
What would you like to ask? I can
Well,
give you as much information.
do you have anybody specifically that might have a motive, an ill will towards the grove? Has a knack for frost magic or mushrooms?
That's a good point.
Legions with frost druids, or
Oswald does use a great deal of herbs and mushrooms in his potions, though he isn't as adept at druidic magic. He's more of an alchemist.
Well, does he have a motive?
Not that I'm aware of. As for, and she lowers her kind of voice, anger. She is a very adept frost druid, and she's traveled the lands more so than anyone, but I'm not sure whether she is in service to Oral or not. But then it wouldn't make sense why she would be the one to have you guys get to the bottom of it. And then there's...
For what it's worth, I don't think it's anger. Even if she's a frost druid, her goal is to preserve, to create a grove where people can be safe.
I see. There is Irlis. She is a Asimar. Sorry, yeah, when I said earlier she was a Goliath, I totally fucking messed up. She is an Asimar, although many people at first glance think she is a Goliath due to the more pale looking skin, but she is in fact divine blooded. And she, as far as I'm aware, doesn't necessarily have a motive, but in fact she spoke in favor of you at the council meeting. And then there's Isilor, the Archdruid herself. She is clearly the most opposed at you entering. But if she did intentionally sabotage the tree as a way of excusing herself to not let you in, it doesn't make sense with the timing. This slow decay may have only been noticed recently, but I believe this stretches back further than beyond the crisis that you found yourselves in. What with the 10 towns being destroyed. And then there is myself. And it is my solemn duty to protect this place. And I am the one who has really the only access to it. Or at least I thought I did. And she gazes over to the hole. Unless the wizard? Auric? The Grey? Girth, I doubt. He doesn't have any magic unless he's very good at concealing it. She doesn't seem to have a good bead on anyone. She's obviously not the best judge of character, but she does name some names that have the potential.
Okay.
Oryx magic is not primal; it's more arcane, and this looks like a mix of divine and nature.
She harvested some of the mushrooms, right? Well,
Yes, she has, and she hands them to you to inspect. They are, as she says, that kind of frost-giving cap. You've seen similar stuff to this, like brown mold,
uh-huh.
but
So
it's
would
yeah.
dispel magic on the tunnel have any effect?
Yeah, I reckon it would be able to sort of break the magic. Although this is more of a natural magic. You're not breaking a spell, but more like suppressing the mushrooms' magic, their natural
Yeah,
emanation.
but I feel like that would help.
So
Like I can't to break or dispel an effect, right?
yeah, sure.
I
It would
mean,
just be a temporary fix. That's all I'm
yeah.
saying.
Alternatively, I can also. I think I can ritual cast it. Actually, I can do a magic circle around the acorn. That does protect it from stuff. Alright.
It protects it from creature types.
Okay. Well, no, I think I'll go with the dispel magic. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
If
Okay.
if you let me
Yeah. Yeah. You just
reach my hand
that
down
that
there
is
and
enough.
let my magic pour out. Bzzz.
Yeah. You zap some of the mushrooms, and the frost-giving emanation is suppressed.
I
And
see.
Chibbles can crawl in there to confirm. Yeah, the mushrooms have. The mushrooms are still there, but the frost six-pointed snowflake patterns have been vanished. They've been dispelled.
Well, I
And as
will.
soon as that happens, you definitely see a pulse of green from the Heartstone gem, and you
Okay.
feel a warmth enter back into the roots and soil.
Well, Keeper Volunteer. Seems like I can at least offer this temporary solution. However,
Thank you.
it is my expert opinion that you and your other keepers should probably try to pry the mushrooms from out of there. I'm not sure how long this lasts.
Mhm. I agree. It will take a little while to excavate them safely.
I don't presume
I can
you've got
also
some
excavate them unsafely.
magics that can make me smaller.
Not tiny, no.
They can polymorph you. If that's what
Mm,
you're suggesting.
yeah.
Wait, no, wait. Do druids get polymorph? Don't think they do.
Normally they don't.
No, I don't think they can. They can conjure some animals as well to help.
Mm.
But yeah, as for like claw marks or anything, we know it's a badger, right?
A badger, mole, it could be a fox.
Well, foxes aren't very good at digging.
Actually, they are.
Well, she gave us names. She gave us a goal. There is a magic shop to check out. I want to go to the magic shop now.
Mm.
Mm.
Yes, and
Yeah,
I need
maybe
to
that will help.
return to the council chambers. I need a report of what has happened here to Isilor.
And better to plug those holes and station some guards, no? Can they not like make the roots grow together again? They know like the plant growth spell, right?
Oh,
Yeah, they can plug it up.
I just remembered something.
Yeah.
Can
Yes.
I use Hunter's Mark on the marks?
Correct. Oh yeah, he can. He can.
On the tracks
On
of the
the
badger.
It works.
yeah.
I suppose yes, you could. Okay.
You can
So-
choose creatures
so if it is
90
one
feet
here,
or
you
whose
know.
tracks you can study for 1 minute and mystically discern it's your mark for up to an hour.
All right. Yeah, that'll do
You
the
have
job.
advantage on any wisdom or perception or survival check to find it.
To find it.
And then
Okay.
you'd quickly prove it's not anger. Like,
Right. It seems it's a little trickier with it being it does transform. Once you get to the exterior, when you're tracking it down, it didn't seem like they came into the Heartstone chamber. They only made a hole to it. That the tracks lead some way away from the roots. There's like a trail of dirt. You can roll me a survival check with advantage. Yeah, okay. So there absolutely is signs that show a little trail of dirt suddenly shifts into that of like a boot print. It is certainly a wild-shaped druid. That much is absolutely obvious. That said, it's not like you're going to be able to track.
It's
if it's transformed again
6-foot
and again.
male
So
creature. I can see it on the depth
are they?
footprints.
Yeah, you can definitely tell it's a medium-sized creature. It definitely doesn't fit like the shape of a dwarf's foot, or it doesn't look as what's the word, slight or as slender as an elf, which rules out like a lot of the druids here. In fact, it also rules out Isilor.
Yeah.
Though you can't discern much more than that, but if you find any more tricks, you can be sure to size them up and compare them. Steph, you wanted to go to see the wizard, right?
Yeah, but I do want to make sure to give her the advice of maybe plugging the hole once the mushrooms.
Yeah, in fact, she'll decide to stay here actually and do that. She begins molding the earth, and she requests that you guys carry this news to Isilor in her stead.
Sure.
Let's go. Adventure.
Oh, she's up here.
When we're out of
The Stef flies through the wall.
When we're out of earshot of her, I'll say to the rest of the team, of course, but should we have any suspicions of anybody here, I can interrogate them under the light of the thunder. We'll get the truth out of them, shan't we? We don't need Zaelong's tools, do we, Zaelong? Taps the urn, which
I will tap my head, and just before my finger hits my temple, it will poke into something fleshy. Oh, don't you worry about that.
Yes, between us, no lies will be able to hide from us, young man.
Just remember where we are before we start interrogating someone. We should talk to them about it and not just interrogate people on their sacred land.
Oh no, but I can cast Detect Thoughts on myself, and while I'm not targeting them, I can discern surface level thoughts. So while you question them, if they are lying, I would already hear their thoughts, basically.
And why would you wish to impede our interrogations, Willow? Do you know anything about these mushrooms, young one? Do you? Come on, out with it.
No, I'm just making sure we do this stuff the right way. I don't want to offend them.
Oh, decide to plant some mushrooms when we're talking.
Thoughts on Willow right now.
They're already worried about outsiders.
Hold him down, Fangpaw Jaw. Grapple him, quick. Do the thing you do with your big jaws. No, don't. Sorry, having a moment.
Does seem to haunt me more frequently lately.
Oh dear. Well, all right. Let's say then you guys, as a group, go back to the council chambers. For the sake of pacing, you basically give them the information that you've discovered, and it's Isilor's reaction at this point, saying, she stands up from her chair and says, "We've been sabotaged in our own home. Who would betray us like this?
Well, from what we can tell, one of your own. And we tell her about the world-shaping stuff.
It must be one of the druids, but which? And she like looks around the council chamber, and there's already a sudden paranoia that settles in between all the druids. They're like almost looking at each other with accusative eyes. Thoughts in your if you're casting detect thoughts,
No.
you already hear a
Yeah, I mean,
well,
we have. First of all, Tracker can probably exclude a lot of the suspicious
Wait.
people.
mhm.
Does Detect Thoughts not have any spell components?
Mm,
Not when it's
Took off
cast with the
components.
I have a helmet.
yeah, not when it's cast with the worm.
Oh, yeah.
Technically, I also couldn't have done the dispel magic, but I assume they gave me some spell components so I could do
Oh
it.
yeah.
So
Oops.
because I'm a wizard,
Okay.
whatever. But yeah, my
That's-
helmet doesn't need spell component. It's just a thing that I have.
Okay. You immediately start detecting some thoughts in there, if you wish. The room is paranoid, and you can tell they're all accusing one another at this point in their heads. Like, what if it's that person? They're always at odds with me. They're always arguing, always protesting. You can already hear like the distrust settling in between them.
I mean, Tracker can probably.
Don't worry, I found the footprints of the culprits, and I can rule a couple of people out.
Hmm.
Can I make an insight
Do you-
check to see if anyone is actually scared about that statement?
Or do I
Yeah, go
hear
ahead.
anything? Or do I hear anything?
Yeah, the detect thoughts. You.
Damn it.
Mm,
Must be looking
you're
at
not
one
sure,
thing.
actually. Yeah, perhaps, but
Mhm.
actually, as you're detecting the thoughts, Steph, you don't feel any worry or concern. In fact, you actually feel there's a sign of relief, almost like, oh, thank God, someone actually has a clue. Like
Mhm.
it feels like it's good news in their head.
Well,
And all of them are waiting to. They're like, well, well, then who is it?
go ahead, Tracker.
Hey, I said I found footprints and I can rule people out.
Well, I think the information we gathered excluded anything that might be an elf, which is quite a lot of you, I assume.
You look around the room, a
Mhm.
majority are elf. There are some halflings in here,
Mhm.
but they are also ruled out as per
Yeah.
being small
They-
creatures.
And they wear boots.
They were boots.
Yes.
They would be.
And halfling, yeah, true. Yeah, halflings don't wear
Uh,
shoes.
They would be of medium size, but not an elf. So that also rules out the
Mm.
dwarves, right? They're small, or are they medium?
Yeah, dwarves are medium, but they're more of a stout kind of footprint. They're more
Can we rule the dwarves
flat
out, or
boots.
can we not rule the dwarves out, Senrif?
You can rule the dwarves out, but the other reason is because they don't know how to wild shape. They don't.
Oh, yeah.
There's no
So
Yeah.
that basically leaves us with non-elf, non-halfling, non-dwarf druids.
So humans and oh fuck, what else? ASMR are still on the list.
Well, I think it's best to ask them if they
Mhm.
know anybody who might fit that description.
Is anyone
Let
that
me
fits
think.
that description in the room?
There is Oric the Grey. He's a half orc mage.
Hmm.
Oswald is. Let me think. Oswald is a gnomish.
Okay, now is ruled out.
Okay. There is Sister Angelina. She is a human cleric of the House of the Bleeding Rose for the Temple of Ilmater. And then there is a gold dragonborn. He's the barkeep of the root cellar. His name is Yelgar.
Do you know if any of them can control animals or shape into one?
The wizard is a very accomplished mage, a bit scatterbrained, but highly skilled.
Could polymorph himself, I guess. Okay. Come on, don't take the only other wizard I meet in like 15 hours away from me.
You know what we
It's a
haven't
potential.
tried? We're surrounded
Yeah.
by druids, and this would have been the only badger. Did any of them sense it in any way and get a feel on it?
Sensor?
Yeah, we're
not
surrounded by
necessarily like
druids.
sense.
No one noticed or saw a badger or anything.
There is many animals, all kinds of wildlife exist here. Birds, beasts, rodents.
God, that's got to be the
Many
only
come
badger,
and go.
though. I thought these guys said badgers aren't around here.
Well, that's what I said.
So, no, I said that out of game as a response to Icewind Dale as a whole, meaning, yeah, you've never seen a badger in Icewind Dale.
So there might be
Yeah,
in this area.
meaning-
Okay.
It was to hint that there's a different climate here in front of you through the illusion.
Okay. My bad.
Yeah. That's all right. Though, yeah, she says we can start with Auric, or she looks around the room.
Sure.
Erelise isn't here. Not sure where she's gone off to.
Suspicious.
Who?
She's the Asima. Her name is Erelise.
Elise. Well, that sounds suspicious. Do you have any inkling where she might have gone to?
She was part of the council, but she excused herself not long ago.
Did she
Jesus.
say anything else?
She was the first one to invite us in, or rather to consider our plea.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Maybe we should set out a search party. Several of the druids into wild shape into animals, ones that are swift enough to sort of scout
Actually-
out the area.
Wait a second. Actually, it might be better for you to not look for her, but rather set a trap for her, catch her in the act.
Perhaps. What have you got in mind?
Well, I took care of the magic temporarily. Surely, if that was her aim, the culprit would return in a moment where they would not feel eyes upon them.
Right.
But can I go check out the magic shop now?
Yes, of course. It's
But
right
we-
next door.
Spell scrolls. Zoop.
Just- yeah. All right, Tower of Auric. Let's get to this real quick. This is a tall, imposing structure with a spiral staircase leading to the top. The wizard, Auric the Grey, is a half-orc mage. Seems a mysterious-looking figure, but keeps to himself for the most part. But he has got many wares that he's willing to offer.
Handouts.
Another wizard. Welcome. Looking
Yeah.
for magical wares?
Always. By the way, detect thoughts is still going. Always.
Yep.
We could actually.
Is that
Do you have anything?
his surface?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, his surface thoughts are time to make some bank. Been meaning to get rid of these defective items.
Oh.
So he
Oh,
says, "This
God.
wand is a wondrous piece of equipment. There's no telling what magic it can conjure."
I will intensely look at it and that's not a wand. That's just a club.
Oh, it's a
That's
wand.
not a
I
knife.
assure
just
you,
a knife.
it is a wand. You can tell.
Mm.
Though, give me an Arcana check as to what kind of wand.
Yeah, I already know what it is because I tuned in at the wrong time yesterday. But
Okay, yeah, it is a wand of wonder, and there's no guessing as to why he thinks it's defective. Probably because he's been getting the wrong result on the table of random effects that it produces.
Oh, so yeah, it's like I press a button, chaos happens, kind of thing.
Yeah, and then he presses it again, and then just
chaos
random. Yeah, maybe his hair turns blue, and he's like, "What? I can't seem to get this thing to work." That's what he's thinking. But he's trying to upsell it. He's like, "There's unlimited possibilities with this wand."
Well, I'm happy to pay a fair price when you can show me the possibility.
You would for a demonstration, of course. Let me see. Step aside. I'll point it out. Point it out the door. And from the top of the tower, he unleashes it. I'm gonna roll a D. Actually, you can roll the D100 whilst I have a look.
D100. Let's see here. 96. Are we all gonna die?
Oh, that's only on 69.
Oh my god! Looks like I said earlier. Target's skin turns bright blue. Can you roll a D10?
Sure.
He's already blue.
I'm already blue.
The orc was doing this, right?
Yeah, he was. So his skin turns blue for 10 days.
Oh, that's a full week.
He targeted himself?
No.
The creature nearest to the point. So, there's nothing out there really that he's targeting. He's just pointing it out the window. So I guess he would be the nearest point.
Let him target me. I'm the nearest creature.
You're already blue.
Yes, that's the point.
Now he's more blue, a different blue.
That's the point. Just go with it.
No. Well, otherwise there's no difference. I think, if anything,
he
sets himself up.
He's going to sell it to me cheaper.
But that might be the case, but it's still the same result either way. Where he's like, "What the hell? I mean, that's exactly what I intended to do." Yeah, he is because he told you to step back, and so he would be the nearest point, and he turns into a blue orc. But you can tell very obviously through the detect magic spell that he is frustrated to no end that this has happened. Yes, as you can see, I started off with a mundane effect so as not to startle any of the druids. I hear there's quite a panic going on outside. Yeah, yes. So that's just a fraction of its power. I assure you.
Well, I'm not really sure if I'm looking for a paint job. There are brushes for that.
Oh no! It does so much more.
Well, what else has it done except for turning you blue?
Witness. 15. Oh no.
He's gonna turn himself green.
What the fuck? What? Sorry, it's something really bizarre. Did not expect that shit. What the fuck?
He turned into a gingerbread man.
Can't even tell what it is because it's on the compendium piece of shit. Hold on. I have to look at it on this. 15. Okay. Oh, he is stunned until the start of his next turn, believing something awesome just happened. So he stuns himself. Look at it! The majesty! The arcane brilliance!
Burgle his shop while he's stunned.
And nothing happened. He's just sort of stumbling around. This blue orc nearly trips over his own chair. Behold!
Well, so far you've turned yourself blue and paralyzed yourself. Very impressive. I was told you had considerable skill, but I'm starting to doubt that. Kind of.
Oh, there's more. I have a necklace of fireballs. That'll cost you a pretty penny.
Oh, well, can you show me your full inventory, maybe? I have coin to spare.
Of course. So
But if I
there
buy
is.
anything, I want the stupid wand as a freebie. You want to get rid of it anyway. Surely
What?
a mage of your talents would have noticed by now that I have cast Detect Thoughts quite a while ago.
He scratches his head. I didn't detect that, actually, funnily enough. You must be very slight when you cast your spells. You can roll a persuasion check, but I'm going to let you add your intelligence instead,
So
seeing as you're using his own thoughts against him to persuade him.
So persuasion. So you.
It's
So
intelligence.
just intelligence. Yeah, I was about to say like.
Yeah.
Come on, don't fail me, no dice.
Oh my god.
9. Okay.
Oh.
Well, I'm going to show you the full list of inventory anyway. He's got a necklace of fireball, wand of wonder, cloak of elvenkind, amulet of proof against.
Cloak of Elvenkind?
Yeah, another one. You've got one already, but here's another one.
Cloak of protection. That's what I really want.
And there is a belt, amulet of proof against detection and location, which is well out of the price range.
Mm. Oh, isn't
That
that like
one's way too much.
item? That's like straight up.
Yeah.
Fuck the gods. What is a
That's
belt of dwarvenkind?
It gives you a beard.
it gives you a boost to constitution too,
Oh,
and helps you talk to dwarves.
no.
Um,
Well, I'm not rich enough for that. For any of those, actually.
No, but you might be able to, like you say, convince him that this wand of wonder is definitely not worth the asking price. But so far he thinks it does. I mean, he thinks it's done something amazing on that last turn.
Well,
which is kind of hilarious.
I'll tell you something. You quite clearly think this thing is trash. I also happen to have something that I think is trash, but at least it works. Are you interested in a ring of X-ray vision, maybe? And we just swap magical fortunes?
Let me have a look. And he puts on some spectacles and begins casting Identify. I will check exactly how much he thinks it's worth in just a moment. But a trade is actually a good idea because it saves you a lot of gold.
Oh, and you can have one of those.
Okay. He says, I'm willing to trade this for the necklace of fireballs, or the cloak, or the belt.
Oh, the ring for the belt? What does the belt exactly do? How much constitution does it give me?
Dwarven kind. Let me check. It's. Have a look at it. It is. Dwarven kind. Here it is. Found it. Constitution increases by 2. You have advantage on charisma persuasion checks to interact with dwarves. In addition, while attuned, you have a 50% chance each day at dawn to grow a full beard.
Hell yeah, I want the belt. I want the belt. We're done here. I want the belt.
Okay. So, all right, the ring for the belt then. There you go.
Fuck.
What?
Can I trade, like, the staff of the adder, the cloak of guide, the hook of fishes of light, and the wand of web for the amulet of proof against detection and location?
No.
Not the wand of web. Not the wand of web. That's actually really useful to have. That's reliable and snare.
Okay, the potion of giant strength instead.
Do you want to know what it does? It's
yeah,
a
you
magical
can't,
amulet.
Be detected with like spells that detect
magical means. Yeah, that's right. He can't be perceived through magical scrying, senses, divination magic, and yeah, all of that.
Wait, does that mean I can't Hunter's Mark them?
I think it would mean that, yes. It would.
Which belt of
But-
Dwarvenkind is it? I have 3 here. DMG, MIDI, SRD, and just SRD.
Yeah. So
just do SRD.
Staff of Adder, Float of Kind, Hook.
Okay, let me check. If you're here, by the way, you can also attempt a persuasion check to sort of negotiate some price here. The Staff of the Adder isn't worth that much. What was it? The Cloak of Elvenkind, your own one.
Yeah. Then
Okay,
he'd have
I'll
two.
have a look.
He doesn't
Would.
want that.
He does.
No, I mean,
Everyone here
you,
likes
might
me,
not.
it's fine.
you don't want the cloak, is what I'm saying.
I mean, that's gonna give you a lot compared to that. What else was there? A potion.
Giant Potion of Giant Strength and the Hook of Fish's Delight.
Fish is
Who doesn't like
okay.
magic
The
fish?
hook won't. Together, those aren't enough necessarily to get the amulet, but you can try and persuade him.
Come on.
That's your persuasion check. Just come on. Come
yeah.
on. Just
Everyone
obviously.
here likes me.
Just roll a persuasion.
All right, go ahead, roll it.
God damn it.
What was it? No, he says, "I'll chuck in the wand of web, and it'll be
what
a
about
deal."
a second? Come on.
A second come. You got an inspiration if you want to spend it.
You know what? Let's do it.
All right.
This thing might be worth something someday to us.
God.
That's plus the 3, so that's 24.
All right. All right, just as long as you don't come in stumbling drunk first thing in the morning like you've done before. All right.
I'll try not to.
You want the amulet?
I mean,
The amulet for the cloak, the hook, and the potion. Was it?
He doesn't want the Staff of Adder. Just the rest of it.
Oh, sorry. The staff, the cloak, the hook, and what was the potion again? Just quick. What was it?
Potion of Giant Strength. It was
Giant strength. Which
Giant
one?
Hill Giant.
Which giant? Hill giant.
Giant.
Okay. Let me double check the price on that because you might not need.
Right? Up to 2,000 gold, whatever's reasonable.
Yes, double check. Potion of giant strength. That's 500 gold. Okay. Yep. He's happy to do it for the cloak, staff, hook, and potion. You can have the amulet.
I never asked, right? But I assume the necklace of fireballs is just like limited use fireballs.
It is, yes. The necklace, once it's run out, it's run out. And normally they have like 5 or 6 surcharges.
Yeah, I don't know. We
I'll
have a
give
bunch
you
of,
the
like,
amulet.
dragon bones and stuff with us if anybody else wants to grab anything for trade.
What? Sorry, what?
We have a bunch of like
it's in your
dragon
sheet,
bone trophies and shit. Those are worth money, right?
Do we have the dragon bones already?
I haven't. I have everything. So
Yeah, we've been collecting lots of that kind of stuff. I thought.
yeah, we have.
I'm not seeing anything that's.
When did you
particularly
collect
worth-
dragon bones?
When we killed the young dragon and we got back, they all.
Stef wasn't there.
Oh, I don't have it right. Oh, I have the. Yeah, but you guys do. I'm asking for you guys if you want the necklace or the Wand of Wonders. I don't care about the Wand of Wonders actually.
What happened?
That thing looks stupid.
Dragon bones.
Actually, the Wand of Wonders looks kind of fun, but I can't afford it.
So the price can absolutely come down if. I mean, you've already tried to persuade him for it. Didn't work, but.
Roland, get over here. This
Roland?
man, Roland, come over here. This man has the deal of a lifetime for you.
I had rather been hoping to use my resources to acquire some more protection for my mount. Do you have anything of the sort?
Roland, listen to
You'll
this.
want to.
You can turn your mount blue.
Well, that sounds absolutely useless. Frankly, Stef, I thought you were the smart one of this group.
I'm so disappointed in you that you weren't like, oh yes, I need it.
Oh, it does. It does more. It does more. If you want barding, Conlan's smithy might be able to help you, but that's ferocious-looking mount already by the looks. But if the wand, yes. Let me give you a demonstration, old timer. Here, witness the power of my favorite number. I cast fireball. Oh my god! What? Holy shit!
Wait, he does? He actually does?
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Can I counter it with Cone of Colds?
I'm so glad I already left the room.
I assume it flies overhead. I assume it flies overhead, and he's not blowing us.
What? Cool your face! Wait, is this his face isn't immune to fire anymore? Is it? I can't remember how long that was.
I can't.
Yeah, that's long gone.
Oh, okay. Don't block with your face.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just rolled a directional dice. You're not going to believe this. One is north. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's like right in. I couldn't have fucking rolled it worse. Yeah, I think. All right, Tracker. I will allow you to do this if you want. You can cone a cold and prevent the damage. Fuck it. Sounds cool. Yeah, you see the flame tip bursting on the end of the wand.
Aim sort of straight up, not straight, but an angle to get rid of the ball effect.
Okay, sure. Oh, it freezes the entire spell, counteracting the damage entirely. Oh, I'm
Is there some
terribly
excess that
sorry.
hits the orc? Does the extra 5 hit the orc, or
I think he aimed it in a nice pattern.
So Roland is going to command him to drop the wand.
The wand?
Yeah, he's just
okay.
He's just been attacked.
At 20. Oops. He does say, no. I need to maintain its power. Concentrate on containing it. He quickly shoves it inside a box. I am terribly sorry about that. That was unexpected. I thought it was going to show you some marvelous magic, but instead it nearly incinerated you.
Alright, but shaking his head, Roland's just gonna about turn and just walk away muttering, almost killed my squire, Sirloin. I don't know what the devil he was thinking about.
Why is the only thing he didn't aim at himself the fireball? Answer me that.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point you should just give it to Roland.
Or Tracker, who prevented...
Well, that would have been a good opportunity to make him feel bad for it, to be honest.
It's a liability.
It's a liability. Destroy it.
Well, now we've traumatized an orc. Are we going to go find this cold druid?
Hold on, Drag. You're saying destroy it, right? And he's like, no. It's got so much potential. You need to just be careful with where you're pointing it.
It has potential to blow up in your face. You don't know what you're doing with it.
And you do?
No, that's why I say destroy it.
No, don't destroy it. Give it to Roland. He's gonna have fun with it.
Roll an intimidation check for me, Tracker.
There it. Oh.
Okay. Look, how about this? I'll do a discount. Your friend clearly wants it. and I clearly can't control it. So it's better off in your hands anyway. I doubt anyone can, but given its unpredictable nature, I will say that I will give it to you for an unpredictable price. Haha, yes, brilliant. Roll me a D10,000 tracker.
Come on. Net 1. That
Let's
one.
roll
You want to roll
D10.
that one? You do want to roll low.
That's 4 zeros. Yes.
Not
Hey,
bad.
hey, it's like 3,900 gold off, roughly.
Basically
Mhm.
50% off. 40%.
Yeah, practically. Yeah, we'll call it 40% off.
That's a 40%
I'll tell it-
discount.
40% discount.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think this item is actually really powerful, but I'm already attuned to free. So, like, if you still have attunement slots open, especially if you can't get to flying enemies, that's probably worth a shot. The things he showed were paralyzed, right? But he pointed it at himself. And
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was the nearest. He was the nearest target, so that was why. If he was pointing it at an enemy, that would have stunned them
And
instead.
does it actually have
I think.
100 effects, or is it 10 effects, and the range is 1 to 10 effect?
Yeah, yeah. Effectively, there's more like 50.
Okay.
No, actually, there's less. There's more like 20 odd effects. Most of them are positive.
Yeah.
There are only a few where it stuns you like that.
Roland?
Otherwise,
Right.
it can cast upwards of like third levels, or yeah, third level spells at least. Sorry, yeah, Max.
Yeah.
Roland?
No, he's not interested.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Tracker want it?
I'm not interested in one, but I'm interested in the belt of Dwarvenkind that you just got.
Yeah.
They're both attunement items.
First come, first serve. Hey, I posted you a cool picture of Tracker in the party chat.
Yeah,
You can
okay.
have that as a consolidation prize.
No.
If
You see, the belt of Dwarvenkind actually gives me more AC.
oh
It gives
yeah, I
me
guess
more.
that's true.
Yeah, but I need con saves.
You already have both Constitution and Intelligence to make your saves. You only fail your save if you roll a 1. Or take an insane
If you
amount of
pulled
damage.
I will say, if you pull your goal together, you could get
Yeah.
the wand. Like,
Mhm.
it is a group decision at the end of the day for that one.
Yeah, I'm not interested because I can't attune to more items.
Sure. Unless, of course, you swapped belt.
Yeah, if you swap the belt, then you can use once.
I want the belt though.
Oh,
He wants the
okay.
belt. All
Then
right.
we're not getting the wands.
I guess not. No. For now, that. Oh, okay. So during this shopping spree and everything, there is suddenly screams heard from elsewhere in Kaldahar, and you hear a great roar and a screech sound coming from somewhere. It sounds like it's, as I think Roland, you left first. Sounds like it's coming from the root cellar, and indeed, you see from the top here people like tripping and running down the stairs from there, and you hear smashing of glass coming from that direction as well.
Hey guys, let's go!
Head down as quickly as we can.
Be wary. You do not have your weapons. Got to mention that. That's something I had to.
I am right beside Isolor.
Can we send Roland for the weapons? Sorry.
I'll say to her, do you have a staff, a simple staff?
If yes, of course. Though your weapons are in Girth's equipment shop, I think Keeper Thalantir said that if there was something dangerous, that you'd be allowed your weapons. But nonetheless, we need to get there now.
Yeah, have them brought to us. I'm going to charge down as best I can.
Oh,
And
okay.
with the staff that I'm presuming she gave me, Al Shalila.
Okay, yeah, She hands you a spare staff. And you rush towards the root cellar. The rest of you, are you going there first, or are you waiting for
Mm,
something? I don't know.
I'll just make my way down there as well. Why not?
I'll send my beast of land to be a lynx to get my weapon, and then catch up to us as I march on ahead.
Okay. Steph, you
I
going
think the
straight there?
markings on
Or...
it should represent me. They should kind of know that it's mine.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, if
Isilor is
I
also
ever
going
find,
that way.
like +1 dex sword, I'll give you the belt.
What?
Mhm.
If I ever find a sword I can attune to, you can have the belt. I'm still waiting for actually having a magical weapon.
Aren't you already attuned to your swords?
No, they are just regular swords.
One of them has your spell focus.
Yeah.
Yes, but
Yeah, it's got a ruby of the war mage, but that's not doesn't make the magic.
yeah.
Doesn't make the sword magic. It just makes it an arcane focus.
Also, I can also attach
Oh.
that to like any weapon, literally. So if I find like a +1 sword or whatever.
Plus
Yeah.
1 swords aren't attunements.
It's true. They aren't. But
The point is, if
Okay,
I find
let's-
something better, I'll. By the way, my con didn't increase from the belt, so do I just set it to 16 on my sheet, or
It's attunement.
wait a minute.
I did attune it already.
Let me.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah,
short
yeah, I know.
rest.
But not all of these are. Not all of these are automated. What's your con at the moment supposed to be?
Was for it should be 16 with the belt.
With the belt. Okay.
Does that also
Give me a
increase
sec.
my HP already, or
It would, yeah, and it does it automatically.
it
Oh,
does
should
not?
anyway.
I still have 40.
Yeah, okay, 1 second then. MIDI items. Back. Okay.
Am I capable of growing a beard?
Wait, what?
I'm trying to
No, it is working. It absolutely is working. When you attune to it, your
Yeah,
con
but
goes up.
yeah, but my hit points don't.
Okay. Well, your hit points would be 1 per level, so you gain an extra 6.
More? Oh yeah, I get an extra 6. Sweet.
Yeah. Okay. So you should be on 46.
Yeah. Hey, that's
Cool.
almost a 20% HP increase for me.
Okay.
It is a 20%.
All right.
Oh my.
What was I going to say? All right. Okay. So Willow, Roland, you're first on site. You see the root cellar. There used to be like these little bioluminescent jars that hanged from the ceiling. They had little fairy lights in them and fireflies. They have since been smashed to pieces, and the top shelf as well has been wrecked, and you can smell alcohol in the air all over the floor. And something large lurks in the back, and you can hear screams from the gold dragonborn that's behind the bar. But with your dark vision, you need to go down and into the cellar. It's like I say, underground. So we'll assume that you go down into the entrance, and as you look across the room, something rears up behind the bar and goes to swipe its gigantic paw towards the poor Dragonborn. Need you to roll initiative.
Okay, I'll do it as a animal handling.
What? What's the range of my tremor sense? Oh, it's
I want to say, Ronan, actually, this is the one time you can't use animal handling because Fangpaw Jaw would not actually be able to fit down here. And there's actually a small entrance to get in. You can't squeeze through. You guys can squeeze in, but which makes it all the more bizarre when you realize the size of these monsters that are inside. They are snowy owlbears, and how they got in here is beyond you because even your mount can't fit in.
Well,
we're in a place where people can turn into animals. So.
Mm-hmm. True. Tracker, you're back there. Were you heading?
we could say
I
I
was in the shop and doing talking shit.
Some last minute shopping? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright then. In that
Is
case,
there
we'll
any
put your
way to
initiative anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is there any way to tell if this is something that transformed, or is it like something that got summoned, like my primal companion?
There is no way to tell just by looking.
Okay.
There are ways to tell, but not just from glancing, I'm afraid.
So I will.
Alright, Stef.
The only thing I
You're
can
up
do
first.
without literally anything on me is activate Blade Song.
Yeah.
And I'll run over to this guy here. Quick! Bring me my weapons!
Right away. Yeah, he should be already doing that anyway.
Yeah, I asked Thingamay to get for us.
So I guess, was that an action telling him to bring me my weapons?
No,
because
you can just
otherwise
tell
I
him to
will
do that.
lightning breath. Okay, I'll lightning breath weapon then, really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Breath weapon.
Nice sweat.
It doesn't work for some reason when I click on it. Oh wait, I clicked on the passive. Sorry, my bad. Can I just say I hit both of them with a cone? I don't want to get out the other template.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead. So, what is it? Con save.
It's
Roll
a
damage.
I'll just
Yes,
do discard previous. I'll just move myself over here so I hit both of them. And I'll stay at the entrance.
Okay, one failed, one got that 20.
Damage should have
Alright.
been applied, and then I'll back off. That's my turn.
Okay, there is a gold dragonborn who's also somewhere in there getting absolutely rocked by this as well. Poor guy. It's gonna be who next?
Oh right, there was a third one. What the fuck?
There was a guy in there. Sorry, yeah. We'll say he's down behind the bar though, like I said, and he probably just takes cover. All right, Isilor runs off, grabs the weapons, and she'll make it to you next round.
Yep.
But Tracker, you're without weapon at the moment, and you're over there, aren't you? You need to sprint.
Yeah, I'll use my feline agility to go to the thing shop and make sure I got at least my great axe and my trident.
Yep, they hand them to you.
Do I have to climb over these routes?
You can climb over them. Yeah.
Okay. If I can use the shortest range to get here while dashing, the shortest distance, where can I go?
Mm-hmm. To where like Isilor is. I'll put you there.
Is that with dashing? Feline agility and dashing?
There's a lot of vertical movement here, and yes, you can go up to where she is right about here.
Oh yeah, it actually says on the thing that it's 80 feet.
Well, something like that.
Bracket text.
Okay. Snowy owlbear.
Oh wait.
Okay.
That is a bonus action. Okay, I'll use this as well, because why not? Okay, no, that's not right now. Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. Right. So although I don't have a battle map for this or anything, it's incredibly close quarters, and we're talking like a 15 by 15 foot room, and then the bar behind it is another 10 foot. So to get that cone on these guys, you'd of course need to be like, what, 15 feet up in their face? So I doubt you could get all the way back outside again. Fangpaw Jaw is on the outside. So I'm just going to have it get right up into the face of Stef, seeing as they struck first. And
use a protection reaction, so if they could do that at disadvantage.
yeah, okay. That would miss anyway. The claws would still also miss anyway. That'd be its go, Willow.
I think look at these. Yeah, I've been studying the books. I practice it. I know how to do the fire hands now, and then scorching ray.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, I want to. I've got like a list, and I want to put all 3 on the one on the right, but I don't know which one on the list is the one I'm looking. Oh wait, it does highlight. Okay, cool. No, still all 3 on this one.
Ooh. Ooh, magical effects. Ooh.
Fire hands worked! Woo! Finally.
The alcohol. The guy, Gold Dragonborn screams from behind the bar. Watch the alcohol. This place is covered in it. You didn't miss any of those, did you? Nope. Good. Thank fuck.
No, they all
That's good. If one of those had missed, you would have had a flaming root cellar right now. Cool. That'll be your go, unless you want a bonus action. I think you're
oh wait, I need to have
East
the
of the land
thing
or-
run up. Yeah. Yeah, as far as it
charge, dash.
can go. Yeah, that'll be my turn. Oh wait, no, I can
Roland.
Hunter's Mark it, can't I? I should have done that already. Oh well.
Oh yeah, probably should have. Yeah,
My
that would have been an
mistake.
extra
It doesn't matter,
3d6.
it's fine.
Okay,
Oh well.
Roland.
Where is the Dragonborn?
He's behind the bar, say next to this guy.
Hidden by the bard, or does the owl bear seem to know he's there? They are there.
Oh yeah, as I mentioned, the owlbear was about to strike him with a claw until you guys showed up and were a bit more of a threat.
Alright, I will... Could you put the... I want to put get next to the Dragonborn to do Sanctuary and Protection, but I also need to
Okay.
make sure I don't provoke an attack of opportunity, so I'm coming this way, and I want to get close to them.
Yeah, here he is.
And then I will cast Sanctuary on them and say,
Okay.
get behind me, but don't go too far. Sanctuary, too many bloody spells. Oh shit, I will not be doing Sanctuary, it's not prepared. I thought that was always prepared for Devotion Paladins, but that was 2014 Devotion Paladins, now it's Shield of Faith. Damn it! Okay, well, it's like OB Protection then. Yeah, okay, just gonna have to hope that's enough. Right,
Okay.
I've got Shalila already up, as I'd said, on the way down, and I'll activate the Sacred Weapon on this attack, which means it goes
You
to
got it.
this version. Why would that be a disadvantage?
Elevano. You were targeting something, right? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What was the it was still a hit anyway, regardless.
I hit, yeah. And I'll go again.
Oh wait. I did mention the part about it being incredibly dark down here. But this gives you a light now, doesn't it? When you activate your
yes,
sacred weapon.
That's what I didn't do actually. I didn't
Yeah.
activate that. Right, hang on. So go on to there, and I'll activate that properly.
Okay. But regardless, even in the dark, just as your light is powering up, still strike it for 9. And it viciously squawks in your face to retaliate. I think the Dragonborn, now that you're here, can opt to... Ooh, damn, even on a 4. Can opt to safely crawl away into the corner of the room using a disengage.
All right.
Now you've basically blocked it. It's going to have to turn on you.
All right, then for my bonus action.
Oh, damn, he's still going.
is
Sorry, here, go on.
Yeah, sorry. For my bonus action, then I am going to cast. I didn't do Sanctuary. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on myself.
Now hold on. I just realized you haven't got spells components yet. So you can do use your channel divinity, but I don't think you can do your spells. You need a material component for some of these.
All right.
Which one is it? Shield of Faith?
Yes. Ball parchment with a bit of holy texts written on
Yeah,
it.
material. That would be either your holy symbol or something else, which you don't have yet.
I did have my prayer book. I still have that.
That your arcane focus?
Pact of the
They would have asked it.
Toasts.
Yeah,
Well,
they would have asked you to relinquish any arcane focuses.
Yeah, but
That
he
would
has
include. That would include your prayer book.
I'm happy not to cast it. It's not a big deal. All
Okay.
right.
No.
Good.
Okay. All right then. Then it goes for a second swing. I mean, you're still armored to the teeth. I still have to roll something to hit you. Which there we go. 15 slashing damage. Rakes across your front, and now blood
something
is
hit
added to
Roland.
the.
It's asking
Yeah,
for a concentration. What would that be?
Detect magic. Gone.
Strange.
There you go.
Look at that.
Faith. What do you want Faith to do? He's obviously been with you the
Faith.
whole time. What the fuck,
With
Snorp
who?
as well?
Faith will probably use a
Probably
ray of
under fetch
frost on the snowy owlbear.
Okay.
Bad. Bad bear.
Oh,
This was a warning
very
shot.
fair indeed. Also, Snorp, being the faithful squire, has gone to fetch your weapons too. We're back to the top of the round, Steph.
Well, can I hold my turn until Mrs. Elf there brings me my shit?
You can hold a single attack.
Or
No.
spell.
Or a spell, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. I'll hold the spell until she brings me my.
Okay, that's now. What spell do you want to cast?
Sweet. Let's see here. I will just cast spellbook. What can I actually do? We will cast Phantasmal Force on that thing and make it believe that it's in a cage of thorns. Fails.
Okay. Damn
So
it, failed.
now it does believe it's in a cage, which means it does not get an opportunity attack against me because there's solid material around it, right?
So illusion magic doesn't give them any other condition aside from the effect it
read
gives.
Phantasmal Force. This one specifically makes them believe everything is real.
Read the yellow line.
What I'm Phantasmal Force. Are you talking about from my own homebrew rules?
Yeah. While a target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasms as if it were real. The target rationalizes any illogical outcomes from interacting with the phantasm. For example, blah blah blah. When it would walk across, it thinks, "Oh, it's like fun." Like it just believes the thing is real, right? Like, would it strike against a cage of form or an opportunity attack when I move away?
Even if it's in a cage of thorns, it still has openings that it can move through and attack you.
Yeah. So one second, because 1 second while I look this up. But
nobody
there's a
ever
general
fucking used
rule of thumb. This isn't about this spell specifically. No. I'm talking about in general illusions and shit. Hold on. Phantasmal Killer. Force even. MNOP. Okay, so any illusory